motion to approve the regular agenda. Do I have a second?
So moved.
Second. I vote yes. Vice President Del Blasio?
Yes.
Member Ortega-Romero?
Yes.
Member Sorensen?
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. Motion carries. All right, so now the fun part of our meetings, our celebrations. We're going to start with our Public Relations and Marketing Department, which has a ton of hardware over here. So Superintendent Joya, do you want to introduce our team?
Yes, Mr. President, members of the board, I'm delighted to bring up our Communicator of the Year, Mr. Joseph Ortiz, to talk about their recent round of awards.
Thank you. Thank you for having the opportunity to allow me to speak before you. So we have an award-winning school public relations department. We always knew that. But last week it was validated when we received 18 awards from the Arizona Public Schools School Public Relations Association. So we won awards in several categories, and our entire staff took part in writing and submitting the nominations. We submitted 18 nominations. We went 18 for 18. So that is a tribute to our team. With that, you can see the team up there. I can introduce them. So we've got our PR and marketing specialist. So we got Sarah Clausen. We have our visual communication specialist, Audrey Hernandez. We're supposed to be standing there.
That's right. So the communication team is very shy.
Yeah, we promote everybody else, but we have a tough time promoting ourselves. The video production specialist, I don't think Killing was able to make it, but Killing Davies. And of course, you see up there, very excited.
No, the award fell. The award fell. The award was falling. The award was falling.
Sorry, that's the picture we went with. So
they didn't even give me a second chance.
Anyway,
I'm so mad.
excited. As a matter of fact, I can tell you that one of the interesting things that we noticed is you know, with the other school districts that were receiving awards, everyone's awards from the other districts all fit on one slide. Ours was the only school district that had 2 slides that they had to accommodate all the awards that we got. So we're very proud of that, very, very proud of that, of course, indeed. And of course, to my left, you can see some of the hardware that are there for all the categories that we won. And I'm just going to dive into it, just kind of go over all the awards that we won. And so we won an award for branding and imaging package. So the bus, the vehicle wraps that you see in front of you. Audrey does an amazing job with the design, and you can see, you know, when we do a good design and we have a professional company that prints them and wraps the vehicles, we're not content with just the logo on the side of the door. We wrap the entire vehicles, and those are some van trailers and when these go out on the streets and they're driving all over the valley, it's just promoting our district, and it's just couldn't be prouder of the work that our team has done. So we won an award for branding, image, packaging of bus wraps. Also sticking with some of the great work that Audrey does, our branding image, she's our protector of the brand. So these are just 2 examples of some of the branding guidelines that we have that have been developed for every single school. The colors that are supposed to be used, the fonts that are supposed to be used, and this is just 2 examples, but we have them for every single school. And Audrey came up with that. We actually have a flash drive that we provide to people that's got every branding guide of all the schools already on that flash drive. So again, we got an award for that, for taking care of our brand guidelines. And by the way, it's important to note that these awards were not judged locally. So these are not people that know us. These are people that are in school PR in Pennsylvania, in Michigan, and in other states that don't know us from Adam, but they don't call it. And so we're very happy to be able to say that to be judged by your peers from across the country, that to me speaks even more and louder. So another branding image package, you know, this is pretty much more like Sarah's handiwork here, but we did the one-sheets. We did one-sheets for every campus. So what you see there are examples of information that we're providing that can be professionally printed on glossy paper, front to back. It's left at the front offices of all the schools, and then we also provide them to the schools when they need them for events like Future Freshman Nights and things of that nature, Parent Night. So we're very proud of and this takes a lot of work. I mean, it's just, when you look at, we're doing this for every single school. You know, it's a ton of work, it's a heavy lift, but we've got the team to do it, and we got an award for this as well. So another thing that we got honored for, recognized for, was our fact sheet that we have online. And so we put this and we update it every year. It's on our website, but it includes fun facts, it talks about our programs, talks about how many millions of dollars of scholarships that we get, and fun facts about the schools. And so we update this every year, and it's on our website. That also was given an award for the recognition there. We didn't just win awards for written and photography and that sort of thing. We also won videos in our awards for videos. And in the video category, we did win an award for our multicultural campaign, our Indigenous Peoples Day video that was shot and produced internally in our department, and then launched it on Indigenous Peoples Day. So we were happy to get that video up there, and then very good reviews again, because some of the reviewers that are judging us are also giving us comments on what they thought was great about it. So we're also excited about that. We won an award for multimedia marketing campaign, so our commitment day. We submitted our commitment day to showcase the work that we do and how we incorporate all the members of our team, from graphic design to come up with the logo, to the photography, to the video, to the website, social media, to the page, the flyer that was announcing the event. So we got an award for that as well. They recognized this as a very well-deserved multimedia campaign for Commitment Day. Also, keeping with the multimedia campaign, we won an award for promoting Mr. Tyler Hill. And that's a lot of Tyler Hill up there. So, but, I don't know if you're shy or not, but you can't be too shy when you're up on billboards. But we did our best to put him out there. Tyler Hill, 2026 finalist, Arizona Teacher of the Year. So we want to promote. We always want to promote and showcase our students, but also our teachers, our teaching staff, and people at the school level. So we had ads in the West Valley View, we had the billboard, of course, and then we also had the public relations aspect of making sure that we got an article on him in the newspaper, the West Valley View. So got an award for that. We have an award-winning newsletter. So our TUHSD Strong newsletter, we submitted a couple of examples of that. That was deemed to be award-worthy. So those were just a couple of examples of the newsletter that we all write. We all take photos of it, for the publication. I relays it out, and then we send it out electronically to all of our employees, and then we also archive it on the website. So you can actually go down to the website, see the latest edition, and also see all the other editions that we've been archiving, so you can go back and take a good look at everything that we've been up to in the past. Photography is another thing that we got awards for. So you can look at the stellar photography that our team generates. Anthony, myself, Killian, Sarah, Audrey, we're all out there covering events. Sometimes there's multiple events on the same night, and we're out there covering it. And so those are just some examples of some of the nice photos that we take. And I think I would think our department is probably one of the ones that is so much about promoting what our students do, because everything that we do promotes our teachers, promotes our schools, promotes our students. And so there we are, covering every possible event we can possibly cover. That got an award as well for the quality of the photographs. Sticking with Mr. Tyler Hill, one of the things that we did, we got an award-winning podcast as well. So the Education Change also won an award, and this just happened to be the one that was submitted with Mr. Tyler Hill. We had a couple of students from University High spoke very highly of him, and so again, everything we seem to touch seems to win an award. The podcast is no exception. Very proud and happy of that. For social media, we won an award for the social media campaign, specifically the bus driver job fair. And some of the assets that we came up with there, we had a new Facebook cover during the time that we were looking to do the bus driver job fair. We had English and Spanish flyers. We did a Facebook live event and a Facebook event, including TikTok videos, and then also at the end, thank you. We feel that it was very well attended. We had some media coverage on all of that as well. So again, social media campaigns, we're really good at that as well. Video work, some more video awards. At the beginning of the school year, we did a video to promote the start of school. And as you can see, it was a real fun video. All the mascots were actively getting ready to promote and start the start of school. So, you know, you got the La Joya Night, the West United stretching, the Lobo, you got the Lobo polishing the Lobo, and then, I don't know, yeah, cut that out. You can fix it in post. That's the only thing that the dragon is on. So anyway, you can see that we had fun with that video. I personally, I was excluded from getting into any of those costumes. You would not want to get into these costumes if you don't have to. We had a video that award for the La Joya Community High School 9/11 Remembrance Walk. So that event, you know, a lot of the events that we go to, when we shoot video, we put together a short little minute and a half video to promote the event. So again, this was another thing that was deemed where we got some interviews in there and all that good stuff. We also got an award for our It's Never a Joke PSA that we shot at La Joya Community High School. And so that we used students that were from the drama department to begin it. And it was basically, you know, report, don't report. So that's what the PSA was for. We did run that on television. We also ran that in the movie theaters over the summer. And just a very well produced video, you know, for the public to take a look at, and again, incorporating showcasing our kids. If you go to our website, the video that pops up on the banner is our Excellence in Every Endeavor video, about a minute and a half, and then it also touches on our tagline that was developed, you know, with the strategic plan. And again, you see that it focuses and showcases our kids. So our kids are always front and center in everything that we do, and we work with the schools to get the students showcased. One of the job fairs, I heard one of the applicants say that one of the reasons that she applied with the Tolleson Union High School District, she had been on our social media, she had been on our website, she said, your district is so student-centered, it's so student-focused. I like that. It makes me want to work for a district like that. That's an unsolicited, recommendation from a person that was coming in to apply for a job. We also won an award for the Market Yourself with the PR marketing team. So as part of PD Day, we did a presentation. We had the video that we had produced internally at our session, and then we did back-to-back sessions. We provided the flash drive with the branding kit and all that good stuff. And I think I'm 100% convinced that my acting ability helped push it over the edge as an award of excellence. Just kidding. And with that, I'm just like I said, you can see the hardware to the left of us, and very proud of our team. And I just want to say that 3 years ago, when the governing board gave me an opportunity to hire a team of individuals, I could only dream that we would get to this level, where we are award-winning and we are consistent, and we hired well, we have a great team, and it's obvious that we hired the right people. But I just do want to thank the governing board for having the vision and giving the confidence in us to be able to put together a team that can do this. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Real quick, Mr. Ortiz and your team obviously been doing amazing work for the last several years. Just want to thank you, especially with like the logos, the branding. That's something that you and I talked about for a couple of years now. Because building the branding guides, it helps make sure that our schools have a unique identity, protecting that brand the way you've been able to do. But more importantly, just telling our story. I think for years, we've been doing a lot of great things before we built the department. We didn't have like always an effective way to get it out. I think, you know, we had administrative secretary was like doing some social media and website posts occasionally, which doesn't really like help clearly convey like the great things that are going on here. And now we have, you know, all these awards. I think people know about our district in a positive light because you and your team are able to see what we're doing here. So I just want to thank you to your team that's here and you know, taking all the credit and standing up. You know, but appreciate all the work that you guys continue to do. Turn it over to my colleagues, Member Sun.
Yes, thank you. Joseph and your team, you guys done an amazing job, and every accolade, every praise, every award is well deserved, and we look forward to more accolades and recognition. It's when our PR team succeeds and is amplified out there for their achievements, we shine with them as well. And we so appreciate your front line of PR and professionalism. Since day one, I've always asked for student focus. And every department, every campus, every staff, teachers, students, we've all, you know, rose to the occasion. Your acting ability, Joseph, definitely made this happen. So don't knock your acting ability. And please stay with us and do not take that as your day job. And then one last thing with the last picture that you had up, I see Jillian with a twin, or am I seeing things? Because he's in every frame. Is it a name of some sort?
What's that now?
Killian added himself into the video.
Oh yeah, that was in order to that was Dillian Katie's. Yeah, so it was Killian Davies and Dillian Katie's was and that was a great screenshot because we used the Indigenous Peoples Day video had a lot of great special effects in it that was really appreciated by people that do video that were judging us from other places. And that one as well was, I still don't know how he did it. All I know is that I was asked to talk to him one way, then somehow, I think, did you stand in?
Yeah.
Okay, so Anthony stood in for Killian Davies, and then he rotoscoped him out and put him, it was amazing. It's just amazing the quality of work and the technological magic that's done. We are a little bit industrial light magic, I think, here, and that was shown on some of those videos. But roaring reviews on the people that judged the videos and saw that, they were just really impressed. These were video people that were impressed.
It's hilarious. It's so funny. I literally thought it was a twin, like Jillian had, and I'm like, I missed something here. Well done.
No,
well done, guys. Love it.
Thank you.
Member Ortega.
Yeah, well, thank you, Joseph, and your team for the phenomenal work. You know, last board meeting when I was walking out, I stood to admire both of the bands, I think, and you know, it's just a great job with some, you know, with that, and then so sorry I missed it. How many awards did you win?
18.
18 out of how many awards?
18.
Okay.
So we submitted nominations. You know, when you submit a nomination, you're just hoping that, you know, you're putting together your best work. And of course you have to write it well, and then also the subject matter has to be worthy. We wrote 18. Last year we were 11 out of 12, so we didn't do too bad last year. We submitted 12, we were 11 out of 12. One of the ones I wrote was the one I didn't win, but we don't talk about that. Anyway, this year 18 out of 18. So just a phenomenal record, just more than we could hope for, and we're really ecstatic when we found out the results.
No, that's great. You know, I wouldn't want to do another school. So great job, and you know, continue the work.
Thank you, sir.
Vice President Foster.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say we have somewhat of a dynasty happening here.
Yes.
Seriously, there is magic that happens every day at our schools. And the fact that you're able to capture that, tell the story, share the images of our students and staff exceeding and excelling in every way is phenomenal. Especially in the day and age where there's so much negativity out there and misinformation. You're really capturing what really happens here on the ground in our district and in our campuses. And I think that's fantastic that you're being recognized by your peers who aren't even here in the state. They recognize excellent work. And so that even adds more to the talent that you have on your team, and I'm just happy to see the growth. I remember when we first brought you on, we just created social media pages. You used to be happy when we had 200 followers.
Yeah,
You know?
no, I took over Facebook and started Twitter, and so now we have YouTube and we also have Instagram. Yeah. So and so all of that's rocking and rolling.
I hear TikTok's coming.
Yeah, we do have a TikTok.
Wow, okay. This is taking you on there for time. The point is, there's been tremendous growth, and again, kudos to your team. Amazing, you guys do an amazing job, and so we're so blessed to have you here in our district. Thank you.
Thank you. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we just want people to feel good about our schools, feel good about our district, feel good about our students. And I think that every day when we're there telling the story, we are helping to have people feel good about our schools in the district, and then with other opportunities with the new high school coming up. So lots to talk about, lots to share. We're happy to be the ones that are here helping to tell the story.
Well, thank you very much. I don't know who's assigned to do pictures for you guys, since you guys want to do it, but you're gonna get some pictures back there, because that's what we do it every board. Yeah. You should have been on the iPad like that one teacher if you didn't want to be. But congratulations again to all of you, and thank you for the work that you've done.
Thank you.
All right, our next celebration coming from West Point High School is our principal, Brandy Haskins.
Good evening, and I'm not sure it's entirely fair to have to follow the PR department. So, President Chapman, Vice President Del Palacio, board members, Superintendent Calles, staff that's here tonight, just thank you so much for this opportunity to come and share the amazing things that are going on at West Point High School every day. We know that we have a limited amount of time, so I'm going to do my best to stick to that. But I definitely want to first say a big thank you for Dragon Nation. So Mr. Calles, this is my red seat. We have the most amazing staff. Our teachers, our support staff, everybody who's involved on campus. I cannot say loudly enough how much this group of people is so passionate about our students and success and building a school of excellence. And hopefully in some of the things that we share tonight, you'll get to see that. When creating this presentation every year, it is like the worst version of a director's cut. There are so many things that we want to include. So I first want to just ask all of our dragons that are in attendance tonight, please stand and be recognized. It is the amazing things that these folks do every single day that I get to come up here and talk about the pride that I have in what they do. Let's just suffice it to say that our students, parents, and community should be proud of the work that happens every day on Encanto. So thank you for that opportunity. Last spring, we launched our motto, if you remember from our last year's presentation, ignite the fire within and soar like dragons. At the beginning of the school year, we asked all of our staff to share what they were passionate about for the upcoming school year. Answers were absolutely so varied, so personal and so unique, but a few that stood out were help more students get excited about science, build new relationships with my students, pursue greatness, inspire a love of learning, and helping all students learn. Expand post-high school pathways for students, help students grow in all they do, and one that really resonates from what you're going to hear in this presentation tonight, seeing an increase in student connectedness. And so our staff, if you've seen them on their badges, many of our staff are still wearing their fire pin. We brought some of those over on the side for after the presentation, if you'd like to grab one and kind of share that fire that we have at West Point. Our goals for the school year obviously mirror those goals that exist in the Tolleson Union High School District strategic plan. They focus on how we can prepare all of our students for their life after high school, college, and career. Some of the celebrations tonight are going to show you how we are moving our students in that direction. This fall, we were absolutely excited to get to share that we earned our second A-letter grade. I have to thank Brooke Saldy's CTE photography class for these amazing pictures that she had for us to pick from. You'll see them throughout the presentation. But I thought, wow, our first day we announced at a football game with parents in the stands, and so these pictures I think are very telling of the excitement that we had, and we thank everyone in the district for your support of our celebrations with our staff and with our students. It's really meaningful when people recognize the hard work that's gone on. I know that by this time in the year, you all have seen our data over and over again, so I'm going to try to kind of capsulize some of that. This is our letter grade report for this year. You can see all of our different points that we earned, and that our total was at that 86 points, so we were in A. I will tell you that for 2024, we were 87 and change, so we know that we've got some more work that we can do. We increased our EL proficiency and our graduation, but we went down a little bit in our proficiency and our growth. And our CCRI stayed almost exactly the same. So we knew coming into the school year where those pieces needed to be of our focus. When we look at the ways that we're attacking proficiency, it's through the targeted use of data in our PLTs. We have so much more data available to our teachers now so that they can really be specific about what they are doing day to day. Using fall ACT data that helps our junior teams, but the teams at the freshman, sophomore year also are looking at data to see how that aligns and how they can support. We're excited about the opportunity to implement Mastery Prep. It's been going on in our junior English classes, in our junior math classes and science classes, and then we will start our boot camps next week. So the week before and the week after spring break, our students have that opportunity for an all-day boot camp to go through content, but also gain the confidence in displaying their skills. We know they've learned a lot. So we focus on academic achievement since day one, just like all of the schools in our district do. We appreciate the opportunity to set the tone with our freshmen and to get started with freshman day one. So our A is great, and we love that we have our second one, but we want to ensure that we are getting the highest proficiency from our students, and so we will continue to dig in and work hard on proficiency. One of the big celebrations from this last year is our graduation rate growth. You can see a couple of our seniors at Senior Sunrise, getting ready to do the big picture of all of our seniors together. We are very excited that we've hit the threshold now of 90% graduation. That is kind of the benchmark for the state to show that you are effective with your graduation rate. And we're just very excited that we know that we can do more, and we know that our students, we just need to provide as many supports as possible to keep moving that up. I want to thank our counselors who are consistently tracking our students and talking with them and their parents about how to effectively graduate in 4 years. And our teachers know that every single course, whether that's freshman algebra or an elective class, all of those pieces come together to make a graduation rate. So everybody's involved in graduation rate. We were very proud to hit that 90. Student academic success and personal growth does not happen without student engagement. And that is something that nationwide and statewide leaders are talking about, and how we get our students excited and motivated about school when they see very specific things in their future. Here's some highlights from some of the things that have happened this year. And if you do see, that is musical chairs in the gym. And it might have been the most physical musical chairs I've ever seen. I've never seen our students move that fast. I would like them to move that fast all day long. But our studio did a great job of putting together some real fun things for our students. One of our pieces of engagement is we want our students to be engaged in their futures, but also in the fact that it's their work and their engagement that helps successfully learn material, demonstrate that, and then also working towards whatever their goals are post-high school. This year we launched our school day intervention, DEN, Dragons Engage Now. We found the right person in Jennifer Cordner to help us create an implementation plan that maximized our time with students, and by building capacity of students and teachers in this process, whether it's scheduling, planning, focusing on interventions, and assessing. Our DEN sessions are Tuesdays and Thursdays, most weeks of the school year, and it's 30 minutes in between third and fourth hour. And one of my favorite weeks was after we kind of got into a flow of what DEN was going to look like, and students could look and see if they had been assigned, is it their math class, their English class, what does that look like? To teach the students to use the system, we did one DEN session that was all enrichment. So each teacher got to come up with something fun and interesting to connect with students, so that students would go in and browse what was in the scheduler and get themselves connected. So we knew that as we move forward with the rest of the year, they would be ready to do so. DEN is really helping our PLTs with guiding question 2. When PLTs identify what students need because they have not yet met mastery, it needs to look different. It can't just be a tutoring session, it needs to be reteaching, it needs to be different materials, different approaches. And by having that DEN opportunity, teachers are able to plan for what our students need. Sometimes we're even giving our students the opportunity to select presentations on things like the ACE program at Estrella, or things that they're interested in, so that we also protect instructional time. Students even have that opportunity to pick their own academic pieces. So if they want some additional help in math, they can select that and they can make that choice. And when we get that system really flowing, I think we're going to see some great results. We did a student feedback and a staff feedback on DEN. Our students overwhelmingly, that from the group that responded, talked about that they see DEN having value. Some of them would like to have it more often. The teachers definitely would like to either have it more often or longer. But what they see is it is helping them, and that when they go to a session or they select something for help, that time is actually very valuable for them. Our teacher feedback was also positive. They definitely want to continue with DEN. Some of them are even saying we need to have additional days so that we can get more and more students in there. They really talk about RTI Scheduler and how that is easy to use. We did a lot of training around that. And they see that for our students that are engaging and our teachers that are planning these interventions, it's moving the needle and it's helping our students be more successful in real time, not waiting for later in a semester or for something in the summer. Another way that we're connecting with our students about their academics is involving them in after-school opportunities. So we really have a lot of things for our students to do as part of 21st Century. You can see that bottom right hand is one of the flyers with some of the things that students can get involved in. Already this year, we've met the requirement from the state with the grant, with the number of students that have already been involved. And so what we now know is 45% of our students have been engaged in at least one 21st century or athletic activity on campus. Do we want that number to be more? Of course we do, but we're really proud to have that many of our students engaged. Of the comprehensive high schools, that number is the biggest, but we know that we definitely need it to be much higher than 45%. We even have in that down in the left-hand corner some Saturdays. We do some Saturday 21st or Title I tutoring. Last Saturday we had 40 students in our innovation center at 8:30 in the morning with teachers coming in on their own, of their own choice, to come in and do some work. And we know that our families have always appreciated different times of day to be able to engage with teachers, and so this is just one way that we can do that. And I do need to congratulate Mr. Breitenbach, our media center coordinator. He's worked to facilitate adding continued opportunities for students and helping teachers come up with ideas and how they might implement a 21st century after school session. Another point of pride for us is our diploma seals. We have increased the number that we've had. You can see just a few years ago with some of those first graduating classes. Our projections for 25-26, that's the low level projection. So that 16% of our students getting a biliteracy seal, we actually expect that to be a little bit bigger. And we just feel like not only that and the arts and the civics, it's a way for students to show future employers or programs at universities that they really are committed to excellence and they're being rewarded for that. I can't talk about West Point without talking about AP and dual enrollment. They have been some of our cornerstones of our programming. And so just two highlights. We again this fall were the highest number of students enrolled at EMCC in dual enrollment programs. And we have this year, you can see our growth in our AP program. And so the way that I would like to really focus it is, you'll see that each year we have more students enrolled in AP. Each year we have more students taking tests. And that number of the students getting a 3 or more, that has stayed the same. And typically, the more students you have doing something, you may not also see that consistency in results. And our teachers work so hard to make sure that our students have AP opportunities, but also the supports to be successful. And you can see that for this school year, there are even more tests that are ordered, so we're ready to test more again. I have to thank our AP and our dual enrollment teachers. It is because of their training and their commitment to go that extra mile that our students are able to have these opportunities. Many of our seniors will walk out with college credit because we're not just offering it in core areas, but we also have it in our languages. We've got it in some of our CTE programs. We've got ways for our students to get some college credit and feel confident as they move forward. Of course, I have to talk about the Leadership Academy in talking about AP and dual enrollment. We're so proud of our Leadership Academy students under the direction of Mr. Washington. They have spent 4 years, some of them as seniors, taking the highest rigor that they can for AP or advanced classes, along with a leadership class to develop everything from executive function, thinking skills, problem-solving skills, community service. They're there at everything. And so when you see them at graduation wearing that West Point Leadership Academy stole, they've done some hard work to earn that. We're real proud of them. So I asked the staff a few weeks ago just to start listing out celebrations so far, and the list is super long. So I just included some of these. Some I want to highlight is our Stugo had just recently got identified as a Student Council of Distinction. A couple of the programs that they put on, the baile, this is year 2, and they did that in conjunction with the mariachi and folklorico concert. So parents and students could leave that concert and go right out to the center of campus and have some live music. It was a great night, but those are just some of the real creative things they're doing that got them the recognition. So let's get to the real fun, and that's seeing some of our people that recognize it's so much. Every year we ask our staff to do nominations, and it's open nominations. Who do you want to have recognized? Who's representing West Point in the very best way? And so you're going to get to meet some of those people right now. I'd like to start with Ms. Del Toro, if you'll come join me at the microphone.
Just real quick before you go. For our students and staff that are being celebrated, families, parents, if you want to come to the side and get pictures, videos, so you're not sitting in the back, please feel free to come forward. We don't bite. So
this lady right here, she is the administrative assistant to the principal. That's me. She's the first face I see every morning with the same smile that you're seeing now. She's going to be really mad at me. Maria joined Dragon Nation about 1.5 years ago, having worked for a few of our partner districts, so she knows our community well. She was recruited to us. Thank you, Grace. And since then, she has been the light and the heartbeat of Dragon Nation. Whether it is taking care of our substitutes, assisting staff, parents, or students, she absolutely loves what she does, and it shows. She has learned how to support all of the various parts of the front office and is ready to jump in to help whenever needed. In communicating with her, one can immediately sense the respect and care that she has for our staff. She is responsive and empathetic to the needs of teachers, especially. By the way, this is what they said about you. This isn't me, this is others. With her support, teachers and staff have been able to complete their duties without issue. She is truly a great role model of administrative support. She is approachable and easy to work with, making our school feel united. Students who know Mrs. Del Toro, this is from me, the students that know her from the elementary schools that she has worked in, they have found her. And if you've been in the 100 building, you know that the principal's admin assistant is kind of in a little box in the middle, and she's not the easiest to find, but they have found her. They know where she is, and they are coming in and having lunch, and they are packing their backpacks and leaving stuff with her because they know where she is as support and a familiar face. Maria, we are so thankful for all that you do to keep us going. Congratulations. You have to go take pictures. There's all the things, Miss Maria. Our next recipient is our Certified Staff Member of the Year, Haley Womack. Haley is our English department chair, an ELA teacher. She is also a co-teacher and an all-around leader. It's been my distinct pleasure to watch Haley's growth and development since she started with us as a student teacher. She is passionate about her students' success. As a co-teacher in senior English, she watches closely to ensure that all of her students succeed, defeat any challenges in their way, and are better for having been in her class. Here are some of the things that her department and her nominators have said. She has been a change maker on our campus in building culture and motivating staff and students to meet their full potential. She is always willing to hear anyone out and help them. She always has a positive attitude and works to build relationships with her students and fellow coworkers. Everyone she interacts with feels valued. Haley consistently demonstrates exceptional listening skills and treats everyone with respect. She has created an environment in the English department they feel valued and heard. Haley is always helpful and genuinely caring. She goes out of her way to support others while fostering strong collaboration across the team. Her deep knowledge of the standards and students and her willingness to share it empowers her teachers to succeed. Haley has made a meaningful and lasting impact on both our department and the school as a whole. Please help me congratulate Haley Womack. Miley Barragon, will you join me up here at the front? Our first student recipient is Miley Barragon. Miley is a graduating senior this year and has been a huge part of the success of our unified sports program, including a unified state championship. Carnahan said. One of her nominators, Justina Carnahan, over here, says about Miley, her transformation and growth since starting high school is an inspiring, movie-worthy story. She has become a confident leader and fierce competitor who consistently gives her best. Miley brings joy to those around her and models determination, resilience, sportsmanship, and a genuine attitude of servitude that reflects the very best of our campus community. Miley always has a smile when out on campus and fully takes part in all opportunities. You can see in the pictures Miley taking part in Commitment Day at Cardinal Stadium and with her unified teachers and coaches. Miley is a great influence on all Dragons. She is supportive and compassionate presence for all of her classmates, offering help both in outside and inside the classroom, fostering a positive, inclusive environment. Miley has had a definite impact on our campus, and although Miley's graduation will make us proud, we will miss that smile. Congratulations, Miley. Our final recognition is Amari Thompson. You ready? Okay. Our final recipient this evening is Senior Amari Thompson. Amari has impacted West Point in a number of ways. As the JAG Senior Class President, he has already competed and won at the state and national level, and this year will surely be no exception. That's next week, state CDC. His JAG teacher, Ryan Clem, describes him as having the most growth as a president than he's ever seen. Amari is also an excellent example of a well-rounded Dragon and is actively involved in academics and leadership in a variety of areas. Here are a few more statements from Amari's nominators. You ready? He has grown in self-awareness and confidence in himself. His determination to succeed academically is demonstrated by his increasing grades over time. His involvement in sports and JAG have allowed his leadership skills to truly develop. He has become an eloquent, confident individual that encourages others to self-improve. Amari is an amazing student. He does great in all his classes and helps his peers. He is an athlete and a student that you can count on as a coach to not only be there, but to lead. Watched him take a three-point shot in a playoff game last week. Just took it. He has supported all school events and attends games and other school activities. His kindness and support of others is on display every day. He is also competing right now in the men's basketball team, and we are starting tomorrow night our run for a 6A championship. No pressure. These 4 pictures of Amari, I love that this is what someone sent me as pictures because it really encapsulates who Amari is. The first is his Be the Reason shirt, and you can ask him at the break if you'd like about what Be the Reason is, and he will give you the best sales job, and you will be convinced. So that's his future. That's his heart. Then you see basketball because that's his love, and when you see him on the court and you see him with his teammates, you know that that's his heart. The third is his success in JAG. He has absolutely led our group. He has grown so much, and I can't even imagine what's going to happen at CDC next week. I truly can't. And then the final one, legislative day for JAG down at the State House. His success in JAG will also help him. He will be a leader in the community. We may not know what exactly that's going to be yet, Amari, but you're going to run something, you're going to lead like crazy. Whether you want to or not, you're just not going to help yourself. So we're very, very proud of Amari. Congratulations on being named Student of the Year.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And as if that wasn't enough, we still have a lot to do for this year. So I mentioned a few of these things already, our mastery prep boot camps. Next week, we have our STEAM night that this year has a literacy flair to it, which I think is going to be a very exciting part to see that. So if you're available next Tuesday night, we're having our STEAM night. JAG CDC, our CTE competitions, our PVA performances, including the musical Footloose. Everybody knows Footloose, please feel free to join us. AP testing, ACT testing, our civic action elections, you saw that last year, we can't wait to see what comes from that. All of our senior events, prom, spring activities, athletics, so many things. Truly, we could spend the rest of the night, but I'd get in trouble from my colleagues if I spent that long. I would be remiss if I didn't thank this crazy group of people up here on the screen. I am blessed with the absolute best admin team. They are our rock. They work really hard. And as they all joke, I just turn around and say, just make it happen. I don't know how to make it happen. Just make it happen. You can do it. And when we had this picture from last year's graduation, I thought, that might be the only time I've had them all together smiling. I cannot thank enough all of the people that just give their heart and soul to West Point every day. I'm just the lucky principal that gets to come to school and see all of it come together. But truly, there's great things happening on Encanto Boulevard, and I couldn't be more proud of West Point. So thank you very much.
Yeah. First of all, thank you, Ms. Haskins. Tons to celebrate at West Point. Obviously, some of the things we've covered throughout the year, but another A-letter grade. The academic graduation growth is tremendous. I loved seeing the student feedback on the den. Not only are they being served by, but it's also nice to get their feedback on, is it effective? What do they want to see out of there? I like when we're getting that feedback from our students and certainly staff members on how it's all working, so we can better do these things. And I think that's showing in the data, that's showing in the graduation rates, the proficiencies. So I just want to thank you, all of our West Point Dragon team that here, for all the work that you do for our students on a daily basis. I also, we just did our students and staff members of the year, but I saw some proud and excited parents and family members of those those that were recognized. So if you could also please stand up, parents and family members, we appreciate you. Yeah, thank you. We appreciate you trusting West Point and the Tolleson Union High School District with your loved ones. So again, pass along to my colleagues here, but again, just tremendous data that we're seeing from West Point and certainly all of our schools. So, and thank you for your leadership at West Point High School. So with that, I'll turn it over to my colleagues. Member Sun.
Thank you. I just want to thank for the presentation and the team at West Point. Definitely echo what our colleagues have shared already. Like to congratulate our classified staff of the year, Mario Del Toro, our certified staff of the year, Haley Womack, and our two amazing students at West Point, Miley Branken and Omari Thompson. Definitely a bright future, and you've been definitely a light here for us at the Tolleson Union High School District. And thank you to their families and friends in supporting them to be employed and to attend our amazing district high school. And then just a reminder that March 3rd we'll be celebrating the Lantern Festival among the AA NHPI community. So hopefully that will be happening with the Lion Dance. Finger crossed.
Thank you, Member Sun. Member Ortega Romero.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Haskins and your team for, just an enormous amount of success. I have to say, when I was a student at La Joya, you became a West Point Dragon. So it was sad to see you go as a Lobo, but I think that it's nice to see that it's well fitting, and you've done an amazing job at West Point. Some things that stood out to me. Obviously the A letter grade, the perfect on the graduation points for that. And I think one of the questions that I thought of as I was reading this is there's a ton of college readiness, but I and you might not know the answer off the top of your head, but do you know some of the resources or what are we doing on campus to increase like on FAFSA? And I ask because we're clearly getting them over the line with graduation, but are we preparing them with the significant resources, for those that do choose to go to college? So I was just thinking of that as my only question.
Sure. Matter of fact, I just got a letter from the president of the Board of Regents complimenting the school that we have done the increase. We are over 50% on FAFSA now. We expect it will be even further. We're just now starting to plan those spring. We're doing something, gosh, it's either this week or next week. We've got a morning scheduled so that our parents can come in the morning and help finish up that process. And then we also do a lot of college visits. We encourage our students. We try to do field trips where we can put boots on the ground, so to speak, at the university so that they can picture themselves there. Because we know that once you've seen college and you go, I can do this. These people, it's just school, right?
Yeah.
It's just a thing. So our counselors spend a lot of time on that, but so do our teachers. And so there's a lot of different things that happen both in senior English, where they're doing some of the writing for their personal statements. The FAFSA is a big piece because we know the research behind that. And then, of course, working on our ACT scores. Higher the scores, the more money that they're hopefully going to get in that pure scholarship moment. And the last couple years, we've seen an increase each year in the amount of scholarship dollars. So we know that that will continue to increase. But we were excited to hit that 50% in FAFSA, but we're still going.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Ms. Haskins. And once again, congratulations to the staff and students of the year.
Vice President Del Palacio.
Yeah, Miss Haskins, aka Queen Dragon, boy. Queen Dragon. It's obviously the fire is burning bright at West Point. Back-to-back A's, graduation rate is up. I really like the DEN concept. That's phenomenal. And I like how you incorporated student feedback to see if it's actually working, what they would like to see, what our staff would like to see. Love that. The 400 students, I'm just going to round up by one, that are enrolled at Estrella Mountain Community College is huge. That's amazing. And over 50% FAFSA is great. That's a phenomenal achievement as well. Ms. Del Toro, thank you for being awesome and having an amazing impact on our campus. And Ms. Womack, man, I wish I had you as an English teacher. Boy, I'd say, seriously, thank you for starting off as a student teacher and then just seeing all that come together is an amazing arc there of growth. Miley, thank you for being a star. Thank you for being a star on our campus. Look at that smile. Look at that. Just radiates off you. Appreciate you. I know Amari stepped out, but are you Mom? I saw you the whole time you were recording the whole meeting like this. I said, it's not even time yet. You were using all your memory. I know how proud you are as a mom, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being there for your son, being an engaged parent, supporting our public schools. This is what it's all about. So that way we can have more Amaris, we can have more Mileys, and who knows, maybe someday he can be right here with us doing it. So anyways, love to see the work. Thank you for all that you do.
All right, thank you again, Ms. Haskins. Appreciate you. We got some awardees out there. I saw some little ones running around. We do have some cookies over here, so we're going to take a brief break. So everyone enjoy, and if you need to take off after this, that's fine. We'll be back in a little bit. Thank you.
There's a new weapon on the market.
Yeah, it's so powerful, it can take out more than one person at the same time, and you never have to reload. It can get past security.
I heard it was so small that it can fit in your pocket. No way my parents will find out about this.
I heard it could strike at the touch of a button.
Report, don't repost.
Stop social media threats now.
It's never a joke.
The benefits of unified sports are social participation and the exposure to new activities, things that they might not have had otherwise had opportunities to participate in.
When we build our equipment and our kids who can't typically participate are able to do something independently, the joy that they get from doing that activity for the first time is incredible.
I didn't really like playing in front of people in the beginning because I thought I wasn't good at it. And then once I got used to playing in front of people, I got a little bit out of my shell, and now I'm comfortable playing with other people.
I learned that I need to be confident.
Confident.
Oh, you want to be more confident?
Yeah.
You learn to be more confident?
Special Olympics has had such an impact on the Arizona community as a whole because we are really focused on community for all. It doesn't matter what kind of situation you're in, what is your disability. We are really here for everybody, making life happen for everybody, making fun happen for everybody, because sports are fun.
We've been playing like different kinds of sports like volleyball, and we played this one game. It's called that. We wear these like uniforms and stuff like that. Like whoever had the ball, you stop, and we throw it to our teammate. Now we just actually legit play badminton day. Been training super hard that day.
The funnest, most happiest people I've ever seen in my life. It's just every day is just they have that positivity that can spread everywhere, like it's contagious.
Unified sports benefits students with and without disabilities in just so many ways. You see them come into the class at the beginning of the year and they're very shy, not very aware of how to act or behave, and then you just see these relationships blossom and then grow, and they truly do become like a team, and they're super close, super tight, and our students really do show really great examples of this throughout competitions, is really supporting those that do have disabilities and just having those friendships and building that support and having that support for one another.
I really enjoy dancing because I learned that when the first time I danced, I was shy, but then I realized that dancing can be not just about dancing, it can be about making memorable memories.
During these past few months of the year when we started, I feel that the most memorable moment is when we all started playing, not knowing what we were doing, but we still figured it out in front of everyone.
We love everything unified, bringing people together, athletes, partners,
giving them that normal experience of a team. And as a district, we came together and said, let's plan these events, district events.
At first, I was coming into it not knowing what to expect, and I feel like that's most cases for like things that you haven't tried before. But I definitely feel that I've grown so much with it. I've learned a lot, and it's something that I want to do more with. Like, I want to be a part of my future.
I think that you can look at the footage of students and see the smiles on their faces and know that what Unified Sports is offering those students in general is a great deal of independence, success, and joy. I think you can look at any single player and be like, this program is making a difference.
I think the partners too, like
for sure,
they get really excited to learn about our switch stuff and all the equipment we use, and then encouraging their athlete to participate. So I think it's a growing and learning opportunity for them that they really enjoy.
Join it because it's something where you're gonna not only learn how to play a sport, but you're gonna learn social skills with different people, knowing that when we go out into the real world, it's not just gonna be us, it's gonna be other people. And they're no different than us, but it's just showing that we're gonna have that type of connection with special education than just gen ed kids.
I don't know, I just think Unified is one of the greatest programs that high schools can offer, and I hope that we are able to have more and more Unified classes that not just cater to Unified Sports, but then cater to all different opportunities and interests. So hopefully our program just continues to grow.
Why settle for a school that only offers you one thing when you can have a school that offers you everything? Does your school have a cafeteria like this? Or a performing arts center like this? Or a football field like this? Or an innovation center like this? Forward march. Or a path to the military like this? Or a career and technical education program like this? Or will their digital media program take you here, or here, or here? Or a media center like this? You can find all this and more at the Tolleson Union High School District. Enroll now.
Our next item is our summary of current events. We will start with Superintendent Caius.
Yes, President Chapman, members of the board, we are excited to share some outstanding news about the Sierra Linda girls wrestling team as they won the Division I Section 1 championship recently, defeating 20 other teams to earn their first sectional championship in program history. In addition, 5 of Sierra Linda's wrestlers placed, and they competed in the state tournament on February 20th and 21st. The athletes that placed are Patience Kenzie, who was champion, Adriana Luna, who was runner-up, Alexis Morales, who was third place, Yanel Perez, third place, and Rayanne Cutright, who was fourth place. This success is a direct result of the hard work, discipline, and dedication of our student athletes and coaching staff, so congratulations to head coach Gilbert Cardenas, assistant coach Alexia Chavez, and assistant coach Ben Ray for their leadership and commitment to the program. We are extremely proud of our athletes and coaches for representing Sierra Linda at the highest level. So congratulations once again out to the Sierra Linda wrestling team.
Yeah.
And we also want to congratulate La Joya Community High School choir teacher, Mr. Javi Rodriguez, who I understand is in attendance tonight. He can come on forward. Javi, come on down. So he took his top choir to NAU and brought home a superior rating. This happened at the 2026 Jazz Madrigal Festival. Great job, Mr. Rodriguez, and congratulations to you and your students. And come on over, we'd like to shake your hand. Good job, keep up the great work. We also, each year, students in Mr. Brian Kilgore's art class at Copper Canyon High School complete a self-portrait or create a portrait of a notable figure. This year, one of Mr. Kilgore's exceptionally talented students, Leela Spiegel, a junior, created a portrait of school resource officer Ray Hellman. After reaching out to Officer Hellman for a reference photo, Leela immediately began developing the sketch and executed it with remarkable craftsmanship. Once the portrait was completed, the students prepared a card for Officer Hellman, signed by the students themselves, faculty, and staff, expressing appreciation for Officer Hellman's dedicated service to the school community. Leela presented the framed portrait and the card to Officer Hellman, whose reaction was priceless. He was deeply appreciative and proudly shared the artwork with the front office staff. Officer Hellman has since displayed the portrait in his office for all to see. So great job to Leela and for your kind gesture and your excellent depiction of Officer Hellman. So the photo is there before you, and if you've met him before, then you can see it's a very good likeness. All right, so we also want to take a moment to share the success of our Tiers of Support workshop that our OLAS department had last week right here in our governing boardroom. We brought together an amazing group of counselors, interventionists, social workers, academic coaches, mentors, literacy coaches, assistant principals, OLAS and OASIS staff, all united by a shared commitment to our students. The engagement and collaboration throughout the day was inspiring, and it was clear that we had the right people at the table to drive meaningful change. The activities throughout the workshop highlighted the strengths of our sites, but also encouraged honest reflection on challenges and opportunities for growth. This workshop laid a strong foundation for ongoing collaboration and system-wide support, reinforcing our goal of helping every student succeed. We are so proud of OLAS and OASIS leadership team. The workshop was successful because of their passion and expertise. And again, just thanking everybody that was here in the room working together all day to help our students. And that's just a few of the updates since our last board meeting.
All right, thank you. Time now for governing board updates. Member Sutton.
Yes, if it's possible, I'd like to read a statement regarding a public comment that was made in our last meeting, February the 10th.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Okay. So, as I mentioned, during February the 10th, the Tolleson Union High School Governing Board meeting, Principal Perez of Tolleson Union High School presented a comprehensive 9th grade initiative designed to provide wraparound services for students. The program aims to decrease absenteeism, improve student behavior, boost teacher morale and retention, raise graduation rates, and strengthen both CTE and dual credit pathways. It is an ambitious and thoughtful effort to better support freshmen during one of the most pivotal transitions in their academic journey, high school. I want to be very clear. I applaud Principal Perez's initiative and leadership in developing this program. It reflects intentional planning and a deep commitment to students' success. This type of proactive, student-centered strategy deserves recognition and celebration. Because the program does not yet have a name, I made a lighthearted generational reference to the 1978 film National Lampoon Animal House, a cultural touchpoint that symbolizes belonging, loyalty, resilience, and the underdog spirit. It was clearly not a literal branding proposal, nor was it in any way directed at students. What followed was shocking. Representatives of the Tolleson Association publicly implied that I was referring to students as animals, construing a false and inflammatory narrative around an innocent remark. That escalation was unnecessary, reckless, deeply disappointing. To distort intent in such a way reflects poor judgment and a troubling willingness to deframe rather than engage. Even when board discussions became spirited, we maintained respect for one another and for the integrity of the process. We do not weaponize words or recast comments for spectacles. Educators, in particular, are entrusted to model discernment, balance, and professionalism. Publicly attacking an innocent remark and injecting hysteria into the conversation underlines the collaborative environment our students deserve. Disagreement is expected. Deliberate misrepresentation is not. Our focus should remain where it belongs, on supporting students and strengthening our district, not on manufactured controversy. We already face enough external opposition and false narratives. We should not be generating them from within our own educational community. Thank you.
Thank you. Member Ortega Romero.
Yeah, not really an update, but I just want to remind everyone that if you are experiencing any type of mental health issue, there are people and resources ready to help. We are all people, no matter if you're out there or up here or in a fancy suit. So yeah, just seek help, and we are here to help.
Thank you. Vice President Del Palacio.
Yeah, well, I want to wish everyone a happy Public Schools Week. Despite many choices in our community, parents still choose to send their kids to public schools. So it's a great reminder that our buildings are more than just, our schools are more than just buildings. They're really launch pads for their dreams and centers of hope and inspiration and even challenge, right? So I want to thank all of you all, our staff that show up each and every day, committed and just dedicated to seeing our students successful. And so let's continue to move forward with supporting our schools, and I want to continue to thank our family for uplifting our schools, and without their support, we certainly wouldn't have all the success we have. I'd also like to share that recently was Early Childhood Day, about a week ago, and I was there with some of our partner districts, and even though we're a high school district, it's so important to ensure that Head Start to third grade is fully funded, to ensure that our kids come prepared and ready to go freshman year. It starts at those early stages. And just because we're a high school district, and I want to thank our superintendent and others who outreach to our partner districts, who work with our feeder schools and continue to figure out ways to mitigate and prepare our kids. But it's also up to those folks downtown to put some of that money where their mouth is, take care of our kiddos and invest. So hope to see that. Other than that, that's all I have. Thank you.
All Yeah, thank you. I was also just gonna hit on Public Schools Week. I think what's great is that Tolleson Union High School District is a district of choice. We have thousands of families that have chose to either live here or send their students here from other parts of the valley. 1,400 staff members who make a choice every year to be a part of this great community in this school district. So just a shout out again to all of our team members from across the district. Thank you for all the work that you do supporting our students, supporting our families. I don't really have too many updates as well. So just want to thank everybody for the work we're doing. And we have testing and spring break coming up here soon. So hopefully everyone gets. Well, I guess actually we do have a meeting before that, so I guess I got to save those comments for later. But again, just thank you everyone for all the work that you've been doing for this school year and this semester so far. With that, we do have one request for public participation. Mike O'Connor, and you have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Board President, Vice President Del Palacio, Lieutenant Cayes. Thank you for this time. I just wanted to take a moment just to say how much I love working in this district. I love being here. And before I say that, I didn't come dressed up for you. This is how I came to work today. So, but I love working here. I've been here, this is my 13th year in the district, and every year the district's gotten better. We now have a superintendent that has a real vision, that really puts it out there what he wants to be at. We are striving for an A. The day he became the superintendent, he came in with a new motto and he said, high school and? And I heard that and I said, that's what I've been teaching for. In this district, not all of our kids are going to college. That's okay, it's an option. It worked for me, it worked for all of our teachers. But we need to have other options, which is being made available in this district on a day-to-day basis. I love those opportunities. We now have Commitment Day brought in by Mr. Cayes. It has enabled me to have all kinds of conversations with my senior students about high school and what's your next plan. In the old days before this, or not old days, I guess I'm kind of old, but that's beside the point. Previously, when students would come to me and I say, what are you doing after high school? They go, I don't know. And that's where the conversation kind of ended. Now, because of Commitment Day and other things like it, I say, what do you got doing? I'm not really sure. Well, what did you hear at Commitment Day? Well, I talked to this person and this person. I saw this industry, and I talked to this school, and I talked to these people. Actually, I talked to like 20 different places. Well, now you can follow up with them and make a difference. The continued investment by this board and this district in our community is overwhelming. We continue to reinvest back into our community. We reinvest back into our people. And the meet and confer process that we have just finished and we'll be talking about later, I have been a part of that process since the day it was founded in policy. I've been on that committee longer than anybody else, and I can speak from firsthand knowledge how great it is to be in this district, and I really appreciate the work this board, our employees, our staff, and our district office puts together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. All right, with that, we will jump into our information discussion items. Sorry, just pulling up my agenda here. So first item is our National Board Certification presentation. And then we're going to welcome up Ms. Grimscheid and Mr. Humble.
Hey, it worked. All right. Good evening, President Chapman, Vice President Del Palacio, members of the board. Thank you for having us. My name is Stephen Humble. I am a science teacher at La Joya Community High School.
And I am Melissa Grimscheid, a physics teacher at West Point High School.
I've worked in the district here. Just a little bit of information. Melissa's worked in our district for 6 years and is her 18th year in education. She's a national board certified teacher in young adult and adolescent science. I've been teaching here for 3 years. It's my 14th year in education. I have an early adolescent science certificate. None of that matters. That's not really why we're here today. The most important thing I want to have, bring up Miss Haley Holman, please. Oh, she's right there. She moved right over here because she is our newest national board certified teacher. Hold on, where's the slide? There it is. She's our newest national board certified teacher. She's certified in December after how many years? 5 years? 4 years? After 3 years of candidacy. So she became our 5th teacher. We were able to surprise her with a pennant from the Arizona K-12 Center a couple weeks ago as a congratulations for all the hard work she's done. I remember coaching her. So first of all, I just want to point out to those of you in the room who may not know, national board certification is the hardest thing you can do as a teacher, and the amount of work that it takes to achieve it is incredible. And so, just seriously, an amazing job, and congratulations. So, thank you so much.
And they are the wonderful coaches. So if you're thinking about doing the program, they are there for you at 10 p.m. when you call them up and you're like, I don't know if I can do this. And they'll walk you through it and be like, yes, you can. So thank you.
No, say more. No, I'm just kidding. So if you wanted to do, do you want to? Yes, please.
We're also going to be celebrating her on March 14th at the Arizona K-12 Center's Celebration of Accomplished Teaching. Very fancy teacher prom.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so now that we've got that important part out of the way, just let me remind you to go over, we want to take a moment just to briefly remind everyone and to share what National Board Certification is and why our district chooses to invest in it as they do. So it's an ongoing optional teaching certificate designed to develop, recognize, and retain highly qualified educators nationwide. In the United States, 3.9% of our teachers are National Board Certified teachers. In Arizona, that number is 3.3%. It is not a common certificate. It is challenging and it is rigorous. And so to earn that certificate shows an incredible amount of commitment to the practice that our teachers have chosen to engage in. So I put these out of order, pretend that didn't happen. Now, do you want to go over the core props?
Yeah, absolutely. So the 5 core propositions are the things that National Board Certification is based on. So these are the things that when teachers commit to the process, they're also committing to demonstrating how they use these in their everyday practice. So they start with teachers are committed to students and their learning. Teachers know the subjects they teach and how to teach those subjects to students. Teachers are responsible for managing and monitoring student learning. Teachers think systematically about their practice and learn from experience. And teachers are a member of learning communities.
And I can tell you that everything that you do in the National Board process is centered around proving and demonstrating your ability to implement these core propositions in your classroom. So why is it so important that we encourage our teachers to become National Board Certified? Well, there's 3 reasons. For one, our professional development. And I can just tell you this, I've sat through professional development in 14 years of education. We've all been to those sessions. This was the most meaningful and most impactful piece of professional development I've ever done in my career, bar none. I would not be the teacher I am today were it not for going through this process. It is teacher-led and it is teacher-designed, so it's designed to be meaningful. Student achievement increases when a student is taught by an NBCT. The research shows that students in the same amount of time gain an equivalent of 1 to 2 extra months of instructional time from NBCTs. It's more impactful for minority and low-income students as well. We're basically time traveling. We can teach 12 months of stuff in 10 months. Our students will learn more. Also, teacher retention. One of the goals of our district, obviously, is teacher retention, and schools that have NBCTs often see stronger teacher retention rate. It fosters a sense of accomplishment and professional growth. That increases job satisfaction, and it reduces staff turnover. So evidence shows that when we encourage our teachers to pursue National Board Certification, it leads to a more effective, committed, motivated, and stable teaching workforce. This leads to high levels of learning for all of the students that we serve.
So a few things just to remind you, through the meet and confer process and approved by this board, that National Board Certified teachers now earn a $5,000 stipend for the life of their certificate, and that's 5 years. We currently have 5 in the district. So Haley,
there we go.
Haley is one, Sam Olderback over in OLAS for math, Melissa Green over at Westview for art, myself, and Steven.
We have 22 teachers and counselors who are currently pursuing certification as candidates and will be submitting work in May in their either first or second or third portfolio attempt. We have 1 teacher in maintenance of certification. Certification has to be renewed every 5 years. It's called maintenance of certification. I'm up next year. And we have 17 teachers who are currently in our pre-candidacy process. So these are teachers who will begin their candidacy journey or may choose to begin their journey next school year.
So we were told last year by AZ K-12 Center that math and science are not a very common certificate. When I went through the process, you go to Coaching Saturdays and there's all these teachers and you see a lot of teachers from every certificate area, and then you have one little table of math and one little table of science. And Tolleson is actually changing that. We're shifting that. We're starting to see a lot more science. The counselor portion is huge. That is not a very common certificate for people to pursue, and we don't have just one counselor pursuing this. We have multiple who are now in pre-candidacy right now, and we have a group that is pursuing their certification. So that is a very big statement for Tolleson to make, that we have counselors going through this process.
To my knowledge, prior to the last few years, there was only maybe 1 or 2 counselors in the state that had the certification. It's not K-12 Center actually would commonly send out emails saying, if you know a counselor that wants to help us, please let us know. So, yeah. So here's just real briefly, it can take between 1 and 5 years to become an NBCT. You have to submit 4 components, 3 of which one of which is a subject knowledge test, basically demonstrating your knowledge of the subject area you teach. The other 3 components, we call them portfolio components. Component 2 is differentiation. You submit and analyze student work samples. Component 3, you have to videotape yourself teaching 2 different lessons and analyze your practice. I can tell you that my voice doesn't sound like that. It never sounds like that. But that's the most challenging one for a lot of people because it's hard to watch yourself teach. It makes you vulnerable. The last one is the professional learning community. I call it the PLC component, where we're analyzing student assessment data and we are analyzing our engagement with families. We work with the Arizona K-12 Center through this, so this doesn't actually cost us anything for pre-candidacy. They fund the candidates taking certification according to their guidelines if they meet certain requirements. So normally the candidate pays $75 a year and $475 per component. The Arizona K-12 Center pays the $475 portion of the certification. The teachers can go through this process with minimal cost to them. We provide pre-candidacy every year. We started in January, and we do it. There's 4 sessions that we do throughout the spring. Gives teachers an opportunity to know what the process is about, all the ins and outs, and help them to make an informed decision. We also have monthly coaching meetings. We will actually be back in this room tomorrow with our monthly coaching meetings to allow teachers who are going through the process to get help.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but whoever's presenting, can you talk into the mic, please?
Absolutely. Can you hear me? Better? All right.
It's better.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. We also have monthly coaching meetings, and that allows our candidates to get help from both myself and Melissa, or even just a quiet place to work because we're all busy and it can be very hard to find that time. So we carve that time out for them. So our goals. I'm going to tell you what we want. We want an NBCT on every campus in the next 5 school years. It's actually 4 school years since the last time that we presented. Long term, I want one in every department on every campus. I believe in the process that much. One of the things that I can tell you is that when we look at the data, well, I'll get to that in a minute, sorry. And when I say all, I include DLA, Lighthouse, and CEA. We have candidates in all 3 of those schools as well, and not just our traditional, comprehensive high schools, but in all of the schools for all of the students that we serve. So to summarize, this process is something that I think both of us truly believe in. And one of the things I can tell you is investing in the National Board Certification process as a district in terms of the stipend is something that is absolutely worth it. You want teachers with those letters behind their name. Those are teachers that are hard to come by, and they are committed to students and their learning. You see that every day in their practice. I can tell you, I live in the community. I live about a mile south of here, about 4 minutes from La Jolla. The commute's great, highly recommend it. And I can tell you that as someone who lives in the district and is a taxpayer in the district, I tend to be very sensitive towards good use of taxpayer money, and this is an excellent use of taxpayer money because you are going to get those high levels of learning from the teachers that are earning that stipend. So it is worth every penny, every investment in our students. So with that, Melissa, anything to add? I do not. And at this time, if there's any questions, we would be more than happy to answer.
Great. Thank you both for sharing what you guys have been working on with our NBCT program. Turn it over to my board member colleagues for any comments or questions. Member Sun?
Yeah, just quick question. So this program and the amount of teachers that you guys want to have the opportunity to be, certified at the national board, how much is this going to cost budget-wise?
If I can clarify the question, you're asking budget-wise to the district?
Is there any assistance that you guys are requesting? What kind of a support are you guys looking from on behalf of the district?
President Chapman, members, we currently do not, other than the $5,000 stipend that teachers earn for the life of their certificate once they certify. The only other district resources we are using is the use of space so we can have our monthly coaching meetings and our pre-candidacy course.
So if there's no other financial or opportunities to expand, should there anything that comes forward please let the board know we do like to support this endeavor. We want our teachers to be empowered. If you need more help with the PR to get this information out, if you wanted to put up a booklet of information to recruit, anything you guys have in mind, please feel free to bring it before the board for if it needs approval or not. But it's just something that we would like to strongly support.
We can absolutely do that. Ms. Almaraz in HR has been amazing at sending information out, and I know that we have OLAS staff who has also been pushing teachers in the right direction.
Excellent.
Member Ortega Romero.
Yeah, I just want to thank you both for the information and for the advocacy on our campuses. I definitely agree with the just the statement that this is an investment to our teachers, and the more participation that we get, and it's great. It makes our district great. So thank you for that.
Vice President Del Blasio.
Yeah, I remember you guys delivering this presentation not too long ago. I want to thank you both for your work in recruiting, sharing your personal time, going above and beyond, right, to try and get more folks involved in this amazing opportunity that we have. So thank you for all the work that you all do to push this out to our folks. It's super awesome to see the increase in counselors. It's phenomenal. I mean, that's phenomenal. So, yeah, I agree with the rest of my colleagues. Obviously, whatever you all need, we'll support, but thank you for all that you do.
Yeah, no, appreciate your guys' leadership and taking the time to do this. I know I've been here a couple of times with some meetings and walking by the hall and seeing you here with all the folks that are participating, and stopped and just kind of check it out. Like there's a lot of work involved in this. I usually see a lot of independent. I know you were doing a presentation last time, kind of going over like the writing and a lot of the process that everyone's have to go through. And like I was checking out some of the handouts in the back. I was like, it's very intense, but it's good because it's an investment in you, an investment for our students, and we've definitely seen those results, I think. So yeah, no, I've gladly supported our stipend and supporting having the space here. So again, thank you both for what you're doing to lead this across the district, and thank you for coming and present tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. With that, we're going to go into our next information discussion item with our meet and confer recommendations. I'll turn it over to Superintendent Caius to introduce our team.
Yes, Mr. President, members of the board, our Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Joyce Council, will come forward and present on our meet and confer recommendations.
Good evening. Board President Steve Chapman, Vice President Del Palacio, members of the board, and Superintendent.
Can you move that a little bit closer, or a little lower? Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
It gives me a great pleasure tonight to present to you the recommendation from the Meet and Confer. First, I want to talk about the members of the Meet and Confer Committee. The members come from a diverse category within our district, including classified support employees, certified teachers, principal, and facilitators, along with our Superintendent Caius. This diverse representation ensures that we have a comprehensive understanding of the various perspectives and needs within our district. Before I move forward with my presentation, I have 3 members that would like to come up and share their experience with while sitting on the committee.
Just make sure you speak clearly into the mic. Thank
you. Good evening, President Chapman, Vice President Del Palacio, Superintendent Caius, members of the Governing Board, and Ms. Goodman. And happy birthday, Ms. Goodman. My name is Jennifer Barnett, and I serve as the Vice President of the Tolleson Union Education Association. One of my duties is to serve on the Meet and Confer Committee. This year, before we even came to the table, TUA advocated to ensure all campuses and employee groups were represented, which I think we did a phenomenal job on if you look at our list we have up here. Every group came to the table with proposals and ideas from their respective group. We tabled certain ideas that we needed more information on so we could bring in different representatives as well as cost analysis where needed. We were off and running. Unfortunately, we did have to shift our focus of meet and confer once the bond and override elections failed. Additionally, with the significant increase in our health insurance, we knew we were going to have to shift the focus of our discussion. After running numbers as a team, we all agreed that it would be in the best interest to table all monetary items of discussion for next year and focus on providing an increase for all employees to help account for the cost of living increase. What we landed on was our proposed raise, which was $4,160 for salaried employees and $2 for hourly employees. We did have to compromise to be able to arrive at this conclusion. A compromise that the meet and confer team agreed upon was to change the teacher work calendar to 202 days. What this does is to provide teachers with paid holidays, but it will slightly decrease the hourly rate teachers are paid. This will help to offset costs of prep coverage and after-school activities. The compromise was essential to ensure that all staff were able to receive a raise. Ultimately, the team came to that consensus, and this move is what we felt was most beneficial for our district, our members, and those that we were all speaking on behalf on. Thank you.
My name is Michael Connor. I am a teacher at Westview High School. I am also the bargaining chair for the Tolleson Union Tolleson Union Education Association. Again, I've been part of this process for, I want to say 11 years since the board first created the first meet and confer. I've been part of it the entire time. I'm here to talk about just the collaboration that goes on in that room. When we meet in that room, it isn't the union on one side, other groups on this side, the admin over here, Kaye somewhere in the middle to play referee, and Joyce hanging out. It's literally, we just sit around a table and it's all mixed up as a homogeneous group, and it always starts with what's important. And each group comes up, every person has an opportunity to speak, and I kind of like to say we dump the bucket. We just dump the bucket on the table, we see what's out there, we write it on a board. Joyce takes very good notes and writes it all down. Actually, Lupita takes very good notes and writes it all down for us. So we keep it all in order, and every single one of those items gets addressed, completely addressed by everybody. We talk about it, we see if it's a need on one campus, on all campuses, is it a district level thing, is it something that has to come from the district office? We talk about what are solutions that are available to us that are out there. It's a round robin discussion, it's open to everybody, and everybody has an opportunity to weigh in on what the benefit is. Obviously, sometimes it comes down to dollars and cents. Is this affordable? We create ways we're going to analyze where it's going to work, whether it's administratable, whether we can afford it, whether it's long-term. Is it something that benefits multiple groups? And our number one priority is that we won't make a decision that negatively impacts kids. And that's our number one thing. And there's been multiple times over the years where something's come up and one of us goes, I think that'll hurt kids. Dead immediately. No more discussion. We're going to table that going forward. So the collaboration that goes in there is very vital to what goes on here. And ultimately, like Ms. Barnett said earlier, because of the failed bond and override, it changed some of the discussions. We can't afford everything like we used to, like we could have before. We had to make harder discussions about what do we want to do, where do we want to put the money that we have. And we came up with a great proposal that Ms. Council will display to you guys here in a second. But overall, this process is incredibly collaborative. It is very beneficial to the district. And again, it's one of the reasons I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Good evening, Governing Board President Chapman, Vice President Del Palacio, Superintendent Cayes, Governing Board members, and Ms. Goodman. My name is Henrietta Cooper. I am a payroll specialist and right now the classified representative for the Meet and Confer. This has been my second year on Meet and Confer, and it was very interesting this year, heartbreaking because the bond and override did not pass. So a lot of things that we thought would essentially help us become better did not happen. And that right there was the heartbreaking part. This experience has made me realize how blessed, how spoiled that I am as an employee here for the past 14 years. I am excited to see what we can do moving forward, and definitely super excited to hear all of the great things that happen at our campuses throughout the year.
Thank you. Those are some of our members, and they expressed to you their experience as they had worked on the Meet and Confer Committee. Now we're going to elaborate on the process we follow in the Meet and Confer section. Our approach is highly collaborative, emphasizing the importance of reviewing the interest-based approach for decision-making. This approach allowed us to focus on mutual interests and work towards solutions that benefit all parties involved. We adhere to a consensus-based process, ensuring that every decision is made with a collective agreement of the committee members. We held a total of 4 meetings from October through January. During these meetings, we discussed a total of 70 items. After deliberating, the group decided to prioritize 4 key items: salary increase, employee benefits, the transition on SLP, which is our speech language pathology, and the transition of their assistant to the district office. Now we're going to talk a little bit about compensation. We are recommending that we give our hourly employee a $2 increase to their hourly rate. Salary employees a flat rate of $4,160. That is $2 per hour increase times 8 hours per day times 260 days worked. Our new benefits available: all state identity theft, which is no cost to the employees. MedLife Legal is an optional employee cost, and our MedLife Pet Insurance, optional employee cost. And this is our benefit choice EPO. If you notice that the rate for FY 26-27 is the same rate as it is today, FY 25-26. The total amount cost for each category is listed there before you. Our Choice Plus HDHP is pretty much the same as it is, will be the same as it is this year. There's no increase to the employee. And that concludes my presentation. Do we have any questions?
All right, thank you, Ms. Council, and our Meet and Confer Committee. I'll turn it over to our members for comments or questions. Member Sun.
Thank you. So the questions I have is more about on the finance. Maybe I can wait until the next section where we have the discussion. But as far as the slide here, is there any way someone can tell me what will be the cost for these benefits be for the district?
The cost of the benefit for the district?
So it says that all state identity theft, there will be no cost to the employee. But what will be the cost to the employer, the district?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Or the MetLife legal optional employee cost, what is the cost for the employer, the district? And pet insurance. So we understand this will not cost our staffs and teachers, but are there costs for the district, for any of them?
Board President Chapman. Board Member Sun, the cost to the district because there are no increase to the employee, the district had absorbed the cost for the insurance. Insurance is going up 21.1%, and the district will be absorbing that cost.
I am fully aware that will be the case. My question is, what are the numbers? What will cost the district to absorb that cost? Because that will come out of our budget.
Yes, President Chapman, Member Sun. The three additional new policies that you're asking about, the All-State Identity Theft Protection, that is no cost to the employee, no cost to the employer. There's no added cost. That is just included with our policy. It's a new addition to our policy. If the employee elects to have coverage for other dependents, then that would be a cost to the employee, and it's still no cost to the employer. On the pet insurance, that is no cost to the employer. The cost for the employee is going to be dependent on their pet. They have to actually, it varies based on their pet, but it will be 25% less than what they would pay if they try to get pet insurance on their own. They'll get a 25% discount because they're doing it through the district, and the district as a whole offering this to employees is getting them a 25% discount on their pet insurance. For legal, that is no cost to the employer. It is a cost to the employee of $18.50. That $18.50 will get you 4 hours of time with the lawyer from basically just about everything other than if you were trying to sue the district and trying to get 4 hours of legal service for that. So it's not going to cover those type of areas, but if you want to do anything else, you want to do a will, a trust, a probate, you're going through a divorce, like all of that stuff is going to be covered. You're covered on all those things. It's just when it comes to employee law, like you're not going to be able to use it for that. But you will get 4 hours of legal service, which depending on the lawyer, could be upwards of $1,600 for the cost of $18.50. So those are the three new policies that were added. And what our CFO was sharing was the overall cost of benefits. So the carrying forward the existing plan into the new year, benefits did rise. They rose by 21.1%. The district is fully eating that cost, which is how we are able to keep all the rates the same for all of our employees, and the cost of us eating that is $2.6 million.
So with the increase, comes out to be with the 21.1% increase, the district will incur the $2.6 million. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that will be ongoing because we know insurance do rise from year to year, correct?
Yes, it is typical that insurance costs only go up. It's very rare to see them go the other direction.
All right, so we'll just take a note here for $2.6 million that the district will be responsible in paying. And then for the hourly rates of $2 and then the salary flat rate of $4,160. I am not against raising salary and hourly rates for anyone in this district, but I am concerned with the timing of the raise and the hourly flat rate. And we have to balance about what is fruitful in front of us versus storming a famine later on. I think my concern with the flat rate of $2 increase and the $2 flat rate, Superintendent guys, if you can give me the total amount for these increases across the board for all staffs and teachers. How much would that be for 2026 to 2027, and then 27 to 28?
Yeah, so President Chapman, Member Sun, the if we're bringing forward the 2.6 million to keep benefits flat for employees and combining that with the salary increases that are being proposed, the total cost of those compensation increases is $8 million. So it's an $8 million increase to our expense.
So subtract the 2.6 from the 8 million, so that'll be 5.4 million for the raise that we need to absorb by the district reserve. So if you times that by 2 for the next 2 years, we're looking at $10.8 million. And then we have $2.6 million for the insurance. And then for the, let's see, and then for the benefit, for the additional, let's see, maybe that was another presentation, but there was additional staff being added at the district level. Am I correct? But that's later on, so we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah, it's another item.
Yeah. So that is a different item, Chapman?
Correct. Yeah, we're not there yet.
Okay. All right. No, that's fine. I'm just looking at the slides and they're tiny from where I'm seeing. So based on this presentation, we have $13.4 million. Superintendent Gaius, what is our reserve right now?
48 million.
So $48 million, subtract 13.4 million. And what that gives us is almost $35 million. So going into this new year, our reserve will go down to 35 million. I just want you guys to know that we are currently under an audit, courtesy of our legislature. But when we have a reserve that is hovering around $18 million or so, I don't know the exact number, Superintendent Guys, please correct me if I'm wrong, but when we get down to that level, it triggers an audit.
No.
And my concern right now is just based on this presentation, it will bring us down to 35 million into the 26-27 school year. And that is with a bond, if we agree to run a bond for 2026, that will go, if it passed, it will go into 2027, 2028 year, not the 26-27 that's coming up. Now, if we run a bond and it does not pass, because we have to hit 8% plus 1 vote to pass the next bond. Is it wise? Is it wise for us to feast now and starve later when we put all our eggs in one basket? Should we wait for a bond and override to pass first so that we can survive the famine later? As nice and cozy this situation is, which I love this. I want you guys to get double, triple this amount, ideally. I mean, everyone knows this outside of this boardroom. My concern is that when we starve with our reserve and we're depleting it, and we haven't hit any other things, which we'll talk later, what will happen? And we have to prepare and weather future storms. If the bonds and override does not pass, even if we have a low chance of not passing, and we have a really, really good chance of passing it, the risk is not worth the future cut of jobs. And historically, the most vulnerable people that will be cut and lose their jobs will be the classified. And then other mixtures. I'm going to ask you guys to be prudent here. We have new leadership potentially coming in. It happens every 2 years. It just will happen with new board leadership and with the dynamics. We are marching to a drum roll that was sustainable and comfortable in the last decade because we passed over $1 billion in bonds and overrides and special elections because we are a growing district. Thank God for the community. But I'm cautioning everyone to think twice. Do you want to feast now and starve later? Potentially, it's a risk. So this is the thing, it's a risk. It's a risk that board members, we have the fiduciary duty to protect. The raise will be there. But if we don't take care of our books and get them balanced and have a hefty surplus, minimum of $30 million. But when we push all this through, we haven't even talked about other items that would deplete, which is even greater in numbers, and it will put us in that dire situation. And hypothetically speaking, with a potential reality check, when we go into the red in 2027 to 2028, without the bonds and override, because once a bond fails, we only have 3 years left to pass it.
Okay,
In 2027 to
Member Sun, just
2028,
want to like, well, yeah, but the
Hold
bond
on.
and override is kind
I
of
know.
like moving like a little bit beyond the meet and confer recommendation. So ask if you have any questions or comments in regard to the recommendations.
This is all relative information, but I'm not going to go into the specifics of the bonds and override. It has been used as parameter information. We're not talking about bonds and overrides, whether we're going to pass them or not. It's not that discussion. It is informational, relevant to this presentation. So let me finish my statement here. If we go into 2027 and 2028 without the bonds and overrides being approved, we will go into receivership. If we go into receivership, the board will lose its voice, and they will be the new board leader, regardless who comes in and who goes. That will put a receiver to contract out to a subcontractor, such as
Receivership is
that we
also
know.
not a part of the conversation. We're talking about the meet and confer recommendations. I'm going to ask you to stick to the topic.
This presentation does address the possibility of our budget imbalance putting us in the red.
Doesn't do that
And
for
I'm
this year, even
saying,
if that was the case. So again, keep it to the meet and
Chapman,
confer.
you know perfectly well that we don't even have potentially enough to cover everything else, let alone this raise. You know this. You want to feast now?
So
and you want
again,
to starve everybody later on? Shame on you.
okay.
And you know better. What are you thinking? The community doesn't know. The community has every right to know what is going on with our finance. They have every right to know.
And we do
This
annual
meet and
financial
confer-
reports
this
and all
meet-
sorts of.
Can you let me finish?
Sure.
This meet and confer presentation, I don't have a problem with it. In a perfect world, But as a fiduciary, one of the 5 board members on Tolleson Union High School, it is our responsibility to make a decision for the stability of the district, not today, but tomorrow and the day after that and day after that to eternity, until our time on the board is up. But until then, we need to be fiscally responsible. We don't have all the numbers here, but I applaud the members on the committee. I hear you guys. This is what you guys want. I wish we can give it all to you guys, but we have to look a bigger picture, and we all need to be on the same page.
Okay.
So, done.
Thank you. Member Ortega Rivera.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Well, I want to thank the members of the committee because, I think there is a great compromise that goes into, stuff like this. It's very critical. I understand it. I see it, almost every day. I definitely do appreciate the district's, generosity with some of the benefits cost. I think that's really important. Obviously, it seems that people just get, sick, and it's important that we're able to provide for them, especially in an environment where public education is super important and we need them at work. For me, I really have no questions. I think the numbers make sense, and I really do appreciate the compromise that the committee has made. So thank you.
Thank you.
I just real quick just wanted to. Well, sorry. Go ahead and let Vice President Del Blasio.
Thank you. First, again, as Member Ortega mentioned, I do want to thank the entire committee for coming together on a compromise. I wrote something down that Mr. Connor led with, and he said, when we go in the room, we ask what's important. We'll never do any harm or make any decision that's going to negatively impact our students. That is the foundation of the decision-making that goes in with Meet and Confer. And so I'm very pleased to hear the collaboration, and I'm glad that everyone who was there has come to a super amicable compromise. I personally do not believe that $2 is feasting, or even the salary increase is feasting. You just look around, you'll see rents going up, healthcare is going up, people can't afford to live, and oh, by the way, we're in a teacher shortage crisis. Folks are struggling. So I'm glad that we're in a position to be able to take care of our human capital so that way they can take care of our kids. And that's an amazing place to be in. Other districts aren't so fortunate. You see it in the news every single day. Now, we all just got a financial report audit. It's not public yet, but I can't wait for it to come out because it is stellar. Stellar. And Mr. Calles and his expertise in the field, your expertise, Ms. Joyce, and your team have obviously stirred us in the right direction. So I'm fully confident in the math that was presented here today, and looking forward to the rest of the discussion.
Yeah, Ms. Council, again, Meet and Confer teams, want to thank you all for the work that you did this year, really focusing on students, focusing on retaining high-quality staff across the district. I think this recommendation does that. I just, real quick, just to address some points, this does not impact the political audit that we are under. It's not like the regular financial audit, as Mr. Del Palacio, Vice President Del Palacio just mentioned, that is going to be a great report when that comes out. We're not depleting resources. We are many, many years from even that being a notion. We are investing available resources and a small portion of our carry forward resources into making sure that we're investing in high quality staff members across the district to serve our students and our families, which is what we're here for. We have the dollars to do it. And that's what this recommendation, in my opinion, reflects. So I just want to thank you and your team for this presentation, and we will move on to our next presentations. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, with that, I will turn this over to Superintendent Calles to introduce our team to discuss And highlight school number 8. I believe we have a name and some cool logos to check out. So
Yes, President Chapman, members of the board, I'll bring up our DLR team to go over our update, which has a big reveal in it, and I'll not steal the thunder. I'm going to turn it over to them.
Yes, we are very excited to show you guys what we've been up to with the branding and identity for school number 8. So I'll start this off by just saying good evening, President Chapman and Vice President Devin, wherever he ran off to, governing board members, Superintendent Cayes, and the Tolleson Union High School District community. Most importantly, happy birthday to Miss Lupita Goodman. My name is Hannah Hogan. I am an architect and project manager with DLR Group.
And I'm Cameron Wahlberg, an architectural designer with the Tolleson High School number 8 team. Over the last several months, we've worked closely with students, teachers, and the board to help shape this new school. The next step in that will be tonight to reveal the brand and identity. This isn't about just a logo or a color palette. It's about capturing the ambition and the character of this community, something students, families, and staff can connect with and take pride in. But before we dive into that, I just wanted to give an update on where the school is at in the process currently. We're currently deep into design development, refining programmatic qualities and integrating feedback from countless conversations. Every decision, from learning environments to how the school functions, has been shaped by this collaboration. Right now, we're putting all these pieces together so that as we move toward the groundbreaking, the school is thoughtful, functional, and ready for the future. Now we get to the part where the work comes alive. Identity is not siloed. It lives in the landscape, in the community, and the energies the students will bring every single day. We're viewing this through 3 different lenses: the campus and its natural features, the exciting partnership with the Phoenix International Raceway, and the voices of students, teachers, families, and the board. It's a story that connects high school number 8 to the Tolleson history while helping it stand out as something unique and full of energy. So the first up will be the spirit of place. So here in yellow, you'll see a zoomed out view of the school site and how it fits within the natural and community context. The site lies between the desert landscape to the south and west and agricultural land to the north and east. That transition from open desert to productive farmland reflects the way the water and land use have shaped this region over time, a backdrop that grounds a school and its environment. Just west of the site is the Agua Fria River, and the further south you can see the Gila River corridor, landscape features that have historically influenced settlement, movement, and agriculture in the valley. To the southwest, the foothills of the Estrella Mountains give a visual landmark and connect the site to the broader regional geography. You'll notice the area around the school is also growing with brand new neighborhoods, a testament to this great community. Another important regional landmark is the Phoenix International Raceway. This proximity to the raceway gives the site a connection to regional culture and activity that extends beyond just the immediate neighborhood. All of these elements contribute to a layered sense of space, not a site, but a place to belong.
With the school being located in Avondale, it was only natural for its identity to begin to be shaped by the many powerful landmarks that surround it. With the Estrella Mountains as the most prominent feature and the location of the school being directly within the foothills, the uninterrupted vistas to the south of the mountain range quickly became a guiding point of reference, helping to shape the design, layout, and experience of the campus, grounding every space in a true sense of place. Another key feature of this site is its proximity to the Phoenix International Raceway. With the PIR being a key industry partner, the district wanted to make sure they reached out to them for feedback on the name and mascot for the school. Working with Latasha Kowsey and Chantel Carlson, a survey was distributed at a live race last fall where attendees were invited to share their ideas. The submissions captured themes of speed, momentum, and student success with options that evoke victory, acceleration, and forward motion. These names also tie to the school's state-of-the-art CTE programs, emphasizing innovation and hands-on learning with the goal of preparing students to move confidently from the classroom into their future careers. Along with the names for the school, race attendees were also asked to share their ideas for the future school mascot. Concepts ranged from fast and clever animals to symbols of speed and mechanics, each offering a different visual direction tied to movement and regional character. These mascots, combined with the name ideas, gave us a foundation for a school identity that's bold, dynamic, and forward-looking, reflecting both the excitement of student life and the great learning opportunities that will be available to students on this campus.
The next part of this is district pride. You can see how the Tolleson Union High School District is already well established. 7 high schools, each with its own look, feel, and community presence, with distinct mascots, colors, and traditions that the Tolleson community can instantly recognize. These identities have grown over time and provide something we can all rally around and, of course, create some friendly rivalries along the way. The question mark in the center shows where high school number 8 will sit on this map. As we think about its identity, we want to make sure that it stands out on its own, giving this new school a distinct visual identity that fits into the larger family, but also gives students, staff, and the broader Tolleson community something unique to support and get excited about. The district gathered input from the staff and students, and the ideas they shared have been passionate. What's really exciting is the variety, the bold, unique, and full of energy options. They draw from inspiration from nature, the local landscape, and even the thrill of the raceway. Each concept has personality and fun, giving the new high school distinctive character that will stand out in the community, from buzzing bumblebees to the growing sunflower to a strong mountain peak. They all provided a great lens for the imagining of what this school could be.
The district explored mascot options that could create a natural rivalry with the Lobos, much like the Knights and the Dragons. We considered a variety of possibilities, strong and bold like the bear, fierce and agile like the cougar, clever and cunning like the rattlesnake, quick and sly like the coyote, and fast and daring like a racer. And of course, there's the roadrunner, nimble, alert, and full of energy. Each of these mascot options brings its own personality that could lead the school in spirited competition, building camaraderie across the district. The final choice? Well, place your bets because that's coming up soon.
To bring it back to the design of the school, this image highlights one of the most important aspects of the campus, the second-level dining space. This area exemplifies the value of common space, showcasing student choice, natural daylighting, and views to the Estrella Mountains. The concept carries into the interior design, with flowing organic forms that echo the movement of a river and the speed of the nearby raceway, all grounded in a bold palette of blue and yellow. Devin. It's bright, open, and energetic, a space that truly embodies the identity of Tolleson's new high school. And I think you can see that all of this perfectly leads into what's coming next. I'll hand it off to Hannah for the final drum roll.
Okay, drum roll, please. Tolleson High School number 8 is Estrella Vista Academy. We are proud to announce the official name for the high school as it celebrates the incredible views of the Estrella Mountains and connects perfectly with the school's electric vehicle program through the EV acronym. Adding Academy also aligns the school with modern trends in education and the Academy concept already thriving within the Littleton Elementary District. The Roadrunner has been chosen as the mascot, bringing playful energy and a spirited rivalry with the Lobos, while also honoring ideas shared by students and the community throughout the design process. Here you see the logo and typeface for the Estrella Vista Academy Roadrunners. It's bold, bright, and full of personality, ready to become a symbol of this incredible new school. The designers are still working on some finishing touches to ensure the logo is ready for branding, merchandise, and school use. So there's more to come, but it's in a great spot to share with everybody, and we honestly couldn't wait any longer. So this is just the beginning of an exciting new identity, and we hope that you also share the same excitement that we do.
Yeah, just real quick, want to thank you and your team. Certainly all of our, anybody from our industry partners, our staff, and our students. I know a lot of folks had a lot of input into school name, mascot, logo, colors, probably where all the bathrooms are. Like, it's been a very involved process. So I just want to thank you for helping guide our teams on that. I'll turn it over to my colleagues for any comments or questions. Member Ortega-Romero?
Yeah, I mean, I thank you guys and your team for the great work that has been, put into this. I think the more I look at it, the more I learn about it, the more like reflection it is to like something in our community, or something that correlates to like the raceway. So super cool to see that finally come to life. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any competition with the Lobos, but just kidding.
with the La Jolla Knights. All right, thank you. Member Sun.
Yes, great presentation. Love the name Australia Vista Academy. And I was just curious, with the staff and the teachers and the students' input, is there another process of name selection?
Yes, President Chapman, members of the board. So in addition to staff, teachers, and student input, yes, there was also when we had championship weekend last year, or race weekend last year, they had put out surveys, and in the surveys, they asked everyone, what would you suggest for the school district name and mascot? And so that was some of the information that was shared in those slides, is the results from those surveys that were given out to everybody who attended the race. And Roadrunners was one of the top 4 responses that came back from that survey.
No, I'm talking about the name, because the mascot is still, it's still up, in the air. But for the names, was that brought before the students and the community members for a survey?
Yeah, so President Chapman, Member Sun, the name we put out for staff and students, and we did interviews with staff and students and asked them for their suggestions. But to ask, if the question is, did we release like a community vote on the name? Like, no, there was no final vote. It was everybody had a chance to give suggestions. So we've listed all those suggestions, and looking at how much work we put into this campus to protect the views of the Australia Mountains, particularly with the round shape of the building and the limitations that put us under when trying to make sure that the cafeteria was facing the Australia Mountains. We really felt that that was a part of the story of this design, that everything that we were doing, we're like, well, yes, we could reorganize the campus this way, but then the cafeteria loses the view of the Australia Mountains. And so that was really a large part of the story that we put into the design process. So when we looked at Australia Vista, that was a good piece of it. Also, the ability to call them the EV Roadrunners when we have an electric vehicle program that is going in there in an auto shop, and the fact that Performance Plaza is one of the main focal points at parent drop-off, like that was also, again, playing into the story and the narrative that we're designing for this school. So no, there wasn't like a survey on just like, look at the name. We got all the input. It would be very difficult to give the full history to everybody so they could have the appropriate context to understand the meaning behind each of the possibilities that were brought forward.
I mean, it's Australia Vista Academy. I don't have a problem with the name. I mean, I think it's lovely. The view of the Australian Mountain was something that I, secured in demand and requested it in the design so that it does face the mountain for the cafeteria. But the name selection process is where I really want to hear from the community. And if we could take an extra time to educate them about the history and the name, I mean, we can throw in that name in there to see if they like it or they would like to come up with a different name. This school came from the community, and it has to now be named by the community. I stand by that. I just think that they need to have input on this. This is going to be in their community. As long as that building exists, it belongs to this community. They need to know the history. We need to take the time to share that with them. We can't just keep walking around and, doing this and doing that without, input. which is so crucial. This is the last high school. This belongs to the community. It belongs to the students and their families and their neighbors, and they get to choose the name ultimately, not suggestions.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vice President Balsi.
Well, first of all, I like that there's a story narrative behind the development of this entire campaign with the name and the mascot. I'm glad that the students were engaged and involved and our community. Superintendent Kayes mentioned there was a huge survey that went out through our business industry partner at the racetrack. Over 100-some thousand people from the Valley came to that race. A lot here from Avondale within our district, and even surrounding areas. They all chimed in on what names they would like to see and mascots. So it's kind of cool to see that Roadrunners made it through that feedback there. And again, I remember a couple meetings ago, we had a video with students, all female students, who gave their thoughts and opinions on the mascots and the design, and even our programmatic anchors there, which is automotive, EV, and tech. They wish they had it at their school. So I'm glad that we're hitting the marker on what our students want. I'm glad that we are focusing on getting our students workforce ready and partnering with our industry, like literally in our community, industry partners who are going to help us ensure that our students are on a pathway to taking that next step after high school, which is what we've kind of been talking about all evening, is what's next, high school. And so this is amazing. The colors look, they pop. As you see, I'm rocking it. This was accidental though. I mean, this was kind of a rush. But
Don't act like you didn't do that on purpose.
But the colors look awesome. They're unique. They're not common. The Estrella Mountains have a rich, obviously, history here in this community and within the city of Avondale. There's a ton of history there. So I'm glad that we are incorporating that. And of course, the academy, which is our sort of tie-in to academic excellence. I think this is great. I think this is awesome. So thank you to you and your team. I know it takes a lot of hard work, reaching out to folks in our community and working with our kids and staff and putting together their story. Because I know you understand it's a super sensitive process. I mean, it's a very sensitive process. And so I know it took the time to do the research and to bring that forth as you did today. So appreciate it.
Yeah, again, I just want to thank you. I'm excited for the name. I like the mascot, the color scheme. I like the intensity of the Roadrunner itself. And to what my colleagues been saying, I love the narrative, the story that we've been building around it. And I think, as far as like information, I think that's where it's incumbent on our team, our communications team, working with your team. We have, a couple of years to like build and promote that story, starting today. So utilizing all this information to make sure that not just this part of the community, but our whole district, knows this story, as well as all the work that's gone into it. So again, thank you both for the work that you've put into this. Thank you for all of our staff and students, community members that have had input on this. This is a exciting chapter in the development of this school. As we look forward to all the various celebrations that come along with opening it. So thank you both for coming out tonight. Appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you all so much for your time too. We're really excited about this project and really excited to see it come to life. Keep working with you guys and the rest of the community throughout the rest of the design process.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. I will now turn it over to, is it Gabe doing the update? All right. I will now turn this item 4, community concerns follow-up, over to our facilities director, Mr. Martinez.
Good evening, President Chapman, Vice President Del Palacio, governing board members, Superintendent Kayes, and Ms. Goodman. I'd like to just provide a quick update to our board and to our community, our staff members, and our students regarding the concern that was raised in our last board meeting for the sound system at the Tolleson gym. Right now, our PR department provided a little quick video update.
Hi everyone, my name is Joya. I'm the video production specialist here at Tolleson High School District. We are currently in the Tolleson High School gym to showcase the PA system that we have going on here. We had some reports of some sound system. We wanted to report that the sound system was actually installed in 2023, and we're here to showcase the quality control of that sound system. As long as the speaker speaks really close to the microphone in a calm and confident voice, it's able to come across clearly here in the gymnasium. Now, some factors that can come into that is, of course, low battery or no battery in the microphone itself, as well as when there are an audience full of individuals for whatever event or celebration you have here in the gymnasium. That can play a factor. Not only do we want to test the microphone system here, but we also want to test the PA sound system. So we're going to go ahead and play the music coming out from the speakers around here. Go ahead. As you can see, it is very loud, very clear, and adding in crowd noise with music and a speaker can be a bunch of contributing factors that can make it kind of difficult to listen to. But as long as we understand when to use which variables, it can be a very, very beneficial system here in the gymnasium. Thank you all so much, and please enjoy your next event here in the gymnasium.
One last comment. I just want to remind everybody, in our last board meeting, it was in January, we discussed the process on how we submit our FMX work orders. This does apply to our IT department. Tony, Mr. Aguirre and his team, they're able to view all work orders. We do have 3 technicians on site at Tolleson campus that can help assist with any issues with technology. Any questions?
Member Ortega-Romero.
No questions, but I appreciate the insight to, a very important community concern that was addressed. So thank you.
Member Sutton.
Yes, thank you for the clarification. It's always nice to, correct things and to be transparent with the community. Thank you.
Vice President Del Paso.
No, thank you for the update. And the system was installed in 2023. Yes. I understand it was a battery issue, so glad to see it's working and functioning appropriately for our kiddos.
Yes.
It was bumping Jolene, though. I mean,
Yes,
who had the ox to that?
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Appreciate you and your team, and Dillian Cavies for helping put that video together.
Yes.
So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. With that, move on to your consent agenda. Make a motion to approve the consent agenda. Do I have a second?
So moved.
All right. Motion a second. All right. I vote yes. Vice President Del Palacio.
Yes.
Member Ortega-Romero.
Yes.
Member Sun.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. That motion carries. All right. Our first action discussion items under H is the item to approve the employee health benefits. Those were just presented. So I'll make a motion to approve the health benefits for 26-27. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion on the employee health benefits and a motion to approve? All right. Hearing none. All right. I vote yes. Vice President Del Palacio.
Yes.
Member Ortega-Romero.
Yes.
Member Sun.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Motion carries. Takes us to item 2, employee compensation increases. Again, that was just presented. I make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Members, any discussion on the motion to approve the employee compensation increases?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Again, I just need to caution this. Maybe we can table it so that we can get more information. The fact that the board, we don't have the data and the numbers for what is remaining in our coffer, and that how much this will be affecting it in the coming 26-27 year, as well as 27-28. This will make a significant impact because what is already on the table will be further draining our reserve, which, Superintendent Guys mentioned before. It was sitting at 48 million. And then right off the bat, we lost the 13 going into 2027, 2026 and 2027, bringing us down to 35 million. Now, this doesn't cover anything else that is coming later on. So if you look at this agenda, it's backwards. This is backwards. All the other items need to talk, so that we can decide, and make a more clear decision. Focus on the numbers, people. The number speaks the truth. We have 48 million. If we don't pass the bonds and override, that will be used up. It will be all used up. And Superintendent guys, am I correct? Will it be used up, majority of that remaining $48 million? If the bond does not pass, if we decide to run the bond this year and it does not pass, will we be close to a low number with the remaining $48 million in our reserve?
President Chapman, Member Sun, no, that would be incorrect. We're not looking at next year being a low number. In the event that the bond and override do not pass, the failure in November does not impact next year. It comes into play in the year following. The impact for next year is the failure of the bond and override from this previous year. And our M&O override is going into phase out. That's a $5 million impact for next year. When you look at the district historically, the reserves the district has carried has been between 3 and 5 million. It is only since 2017 that we had a concentrated effort to increase reserves and took it from that 3 million mark all the way up to 73 million, which percentage-wise was just unseen in Arizona education. So yes, getting it down to 35 million and trying to attest that 35 million is somehow some type of unsafe number, no, that's not a realistic depiction.
Guys, we passed over $1 billion. That's why we can have the carryover of 73 million. Now, we both agree that we're going to be down to 35 million, right? So we can agree on that, 35 million. And then if the bond doesn't pass this year, that will affect 27, 28. You are not focusing on 27 and 28 because you know that's when we're going to be in trouble. You don't think 35 is dangerous, but before that was dangerous for you, but suddenly it isn't. And I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned to the fact that you will say next year at 35 million, it's fine, but you can't foresee what the increased cost is going to be, the unforeseen emergencies of our buildings. A roof could collapse based on a storm. Who knows? And yes, maybe $35 million will cover all that, but that's still going to further deplete it into 2027, 2028, where that year will be affected with the bond that will either pass or fail this year that we're going to run. This year's bond, if it fails or pass, it will affect into 27, 28. Members, stay focused here. Focus on the numbers. We're at 35 million for 26, 27. Our superintendent saying that we're going to be okay with that. I'm not. I am not okay with that. Because the following year of 27 and 28 is where the danger zone is. And I'm not trying to be pessimistic. We need to be fiscally responsible, financially responsible, to not take such risk. And the only reason that our superintendent is willing to go there is political. This is risky. I highly suggest that we table this. Let's get more information. We haven't even seen these numbers in our presentation. Don't you find that a bit odd? That it's not broken up and for us to see clearly how our reserve is going to be depleted in the next 2 years if the bonds and overrides don't pass for 2026.
Mr. Chapman, I'd like to call the question.
Yeah, I believe we've had a number of budget presentations over the last couple of months. So
no, we did not. We did not. And you know that's not right. We have not received any information regarding our reserve and what is left and then what is to come and what is increased. We already talked about
have, and the
increase.
superintendent just gave you those numbers.
No, those are partial numbers. They are partial numbers. You forgot about transportation with the
you
increased
claiming
cost
that the
of
superintendent on the
gasoline.
record is not giving
What
us the full
about
numbers?
special intention? I know you guys understand that our superintendent is a CFO. I understand that you guys understand that he has numbers, but so do I. So do I.
Mr. Chapman, I call
I
a question.
have numbers.
Okay. We have a motion on the table. Right. Are you ready, Ms. Good? All right. With that, we're voting to approve the compensation increases. I vote aye. Vice President Del Palacio?
Yes.
Member Ortega Romero?
Yes.
Member Sutton?
Abstain.
All right. With that, the motion carries. Thank you, everybody. That takes us to item 3, the hiring employee placement salary schedule. Superintendent Keyes, I'll turn this over to you. Or sorry, Ms. Alvarez. I was looking for the names on here and I just got like carried away.
Good evening, President Chapman, Vice President Del Palacio, members of the board. Motion to approve the hiring placement salary schedules for 26-27. There were no changes to the hiring placement salary schedules. As you heard from the members of the Meet and Confer, we decided to focus on two things, which was benefits and a raise for our staff. So we decided to keep our hiring schedules as is. So they are identical to what you see currently for 25-26.
Thank you for that. Members, any questions? All right, hearing none, I make a motion.
I have a question.
Yes.
So for all these placement salary with the increase, is this the 5.4 million?
So there's no proposed increase for the placement schedules. It's the same as last year's.
So are these identical? So there's no increase in any of them?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, seeing no further questions, I'll make a motion to approve the placement salary schedules for 26-27. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. I vote yes. Vice President Del Palacio?
Yes.
Member Ortega Romero?
Yes.
Member Sutton?
Yes.
All right, thank you. That motion carries. All right, approving additional positions for the 26-27 school year. Turn that over to Ms. Almaraz, our HR Executive Director.
President Chapman, Vice President Del Palacio, administration seeks governing board approval of additional positions for the 26-27 school year. There are 3 positions that we would like to bring forward. Do I have a presentation? Maybe. Well, that's okay if we don't. I can still bring up the people. There are 3 positions that we would like to present to you, and I will ask the first person to come up from Public Relations, Mr. Joseph Ortiz.
Thank you, President Chapman, Vice President Del Palacio, members of the Governing Board, and Superintendent Keyes, and Lupita. So you saw the great presentation we had earlier today, and right now we are asking for the added position of Public Relations Specialist, Extracurricular Content Creator. It's a bit of a mix of both video production and social media job description. And as per the job description, we're looking for someone to assist us in covering extracurricular events at the school in the afternoons and evenings, which can include anything from future freshman nights, sporting events, competitions, club events and activities, plays, musical performances, and anything and everything that continues to showcase our students to the public. With 7 schools and an 8th one coming on board soon, we will need the capacity to cover activities at every campus, and given the demands on our current staff, we need the extra capacity to be able to do justice to extra curriculars. The position would need to have a strong video and photography background, and I believe that this position will help us maintain coverage and help our social media presence and interaction with students, staff, and community, especially on platforms like Instagram and YouTube. It will help with reach and engagement and having people feel good about our schools, which I said earlier was important, and what our students are achieving. This is a new position. It will be open to anyone who wants to apply for the position, internal or external, and we will select the best fit for our department if we are granted this position.
Our next position is coming from the OLS department. If I could have Dr. Lagunas.
Yeah. Good evening, President Chapman, Vice President de Palacio, board members, Superintendent Calles. This evening, the OLS department is seeking the addition of an Assistant Director of Family and Community Engagement. So this role will be responsible for designing, overseeing, implementing, and evaluating family engagement goals and initiatives, ensuring they are aligned with our district strategic goals, our mission, and vision. But I also want to take this time to also thank the board for approving the Family Resource Center. This investment is going to be for our students, our families, and our community. As we move into the next phase, the position of the assistant director, it's critical to, for that person to lead and coordinate the center's initiatives, partnership, and services. So this role will focus on building strong relationships with families and our partners, ensuring that the center remains responsive to the community needs and serves as a welcoming, supportive hub for all. And thank you for your time and your support.
Our third position comes from our IT department. If I could have Mr. Aguirre.
Good evening, President Chapman, members of the board. The technology department is seeking approval for virtual reality and 3D graphics design internship. This is an internship position. This position will be supporting the development of curriculum for the district's newly implemented virtual reality educational application. It's Dreamcast. So we're seeking your approval for this position so that we can support our curriculum. Thank you.
The total amount of salary, not benefits, it was salary benefits, but it's going to depend on what they choose, right? There's going to be two different costs if they choose the family versus PPO versus the high deductible. So salary-wise, it is $165,000 for those three positions to come on board. So if you have any questions, we can answer those for you.
I mean, 160 sounds like a great deal for the work those individuals will be doing. Members, any questions about the new position requests?
Yes. The thing is that, we could use more assistant instructors in the classroom. We could use more, support for the teachers, more directly related for the students to have student outcome. I just feel like, this is so top heavy for the district, office. And, with limited funding coming down the pipeline, I'd rather put resources towards the teachers and, assistant instructors. That's more directly related to students' outcome for the coming, school year. But at 165, I don't know why we can't throw in maybe a couple of AIs or support staffs for the teachers.
I know it's not necessarily a part of this, but I know we have budgeting, obviously, for hiring instructional assistants and aides and stuff like that as it is. Is that correct?
Yeah, so right now we have a formula that we use for all the schools, and I work very closely with those departments that have IAs. And so Mr. Chavez has a spreadsheet that we keep. And so right now there are openings at each of the sites. And so right now, based on numbers and allocations, they're allocated properly. But if you're willing to give us more, we will not say no.
Right. Yes, Vice President Palacio.
No, don't have anything. Just have a motion.
Oh, did you have questions?
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. Just quickly, Ms. Almaraz. When it comes to the job requisition, does a department leader come to you saying that they need another headcount, or how does that work?
So it depends on the situation. Typically, they go to their director. So I'm just going to use we're fully staffed, so I'm not going to use me as an example because I'm not a good example. But let's say that it was special education on a site. They would come to me if it's a teacher allocation and say, hey, based on our numbers of students, we think we need an additional staff member. And we would look at those numbers and determine yes. If it's an IA or a psychologist or something like that, I work closely with Ms. Zorger in the special education department, and she tells me, based on the number of students that we need to service, we don't have enough PTs, OTs, whatever that looks like. And then those positions are brought to Superintendent Kaya's. We usually bring them once a year, right around January, February, and we determine, along with everything else that we're discussing, meet and confer, compensation, we discuss all of that and put everything together, and we have that discussion of, can we afford to bring on however many positions? Is it 3, is it 7, is it 26? Last year, we were very fortunate, and you guys approved 26 new positions for us. This year, because of the situation and because we really focused on compensation and benefits for our staff, we felt that these, because of our new Family Resource Center, we need somebody to lead that and direct the process and what that looks like. The pieces that happen on a campus, we obviously need, with Miss Natalie's school and the digital pieces, we need somebody who can do that virtual reality stuff. And as Mr. Ortiz just stated, we have an 8th school coming, and our people are just hitting every event. They're working hours and hours upon hours. And so sometimes they're flexing time, and it just gets cumbersome. So we felt like in order to service our schools and our kids, these were the 3 positions that we felt were most appropriate at this time.
Thank you.
I have another question.
Yes, ma'am.
So you mentioned about the new school and staffing that. So what you guys are hiring later on, some of it will move over to the 8th school, along with additional hiring, of course, for the 8th school. Did I hear that correct?
Yeah, so when the new school comes on, there will be a lot of shift because there will be teachers that want to shift. Anybody who is considered to be an overage in the district would potentially get moved to the new school. So that is when the new school comes on, we take a look at numbers, just like we do for all the sites. We take a look at staffing for the new school, and if there happens to be an overage at a site, then those people would be potentially moved to the new school.
So the new school, we're looking at 27, 28, correct?
I believe that was the opening, yes.
Okay. So I've never, been around, with a new school. So is that the timeline that you guys are working with regarding initiating the process of filling positions for the new school?
So,
Or how does that work?
Yeah, Member Sun, so we can only talk about the job descriptions that are being presented. I'd recommend if you have those follow-up questions that you can reach out to Superintendent Kaya's, or when we get closer to the staffing discussions on those, we can bring those up.
No, she's right there, so I'm just quickly going to ask her.
Well, we can't talk about staffing the new school.
No, we're not talking about staffing. I'm talking about the timeline. Is that something that you guys start now?
Right, but we can't talk about that because the only thing on the agenda right now is the job descriptions.
Well, I need that answer so I can make my decision on the vote. So with that said, is the staffing schedule not a set schedule, but you guys are loosely considering, because she mentioned the new school staffing, that some of these will move over there. Those are her own words. So that wasn't part of the presentation. So I'm just asking for clarification.
It was part of another answer, but we have to keep it to the job descriptions to stay within the agenda.
I understand that we need to stay germane, and I'm not putting this out. I'm just trying to get a better grip about this presentation before me so I can make a proper decision on my vote. Because if that is the case, then I will consider. But I need the information, because she did say,
So
they have to.
President Chapman, Member Sun, so the statement was that, yes, these are 3 district office positions that are being added. The context given is that as the district is growing, we are seeing these increased needs. And then Ms. Amaraz then elaborated on the construction of the Family Resource Center, driving the need for an assistant director to oversee that operation. The addition to the PR department, that actually, what is not included in the position, there's a part-time position that we have now that would then be eliminated because this is a position we use to cover board meetings as well as extracurricular activities out at the school sites. So with the district becoming larger, needing that full-time presence and no longer being able to get by with a part-time presence for that position. So that was the context. The IT position is an intern who will then help develop content for our new Dreamscape virtual reality education. It's the lab that we built at the Westview campus. So even though they would report here to the district office, they would be working on the development of content that's going to go into Dreamscape that is being used at the Westview campus. Of these three positions, no, none of these three positions have anything to do with staffing directly for the new school. None of these three positions will have their office located somewhere at the new school.
So would they be, so if they were to be hired, they will be holding those positions, and then will they be part of moving around to staff the new school?
No, these three positions, one of them will be in IT with Tony's team, and they'll be over there. One of them will be with Joseph and his team in his office, and the other one will be at the Family Resource Center once it's constructed, but sitting in OLAS until the Family Resource Center is constructed. None of these three positions will have an office at the new school or be working directly at the new school.
Yeah, no, thank you, Ms. Almaraz, for the presentation, and to the staff members who came up and talked about the need for this. It's evident that each position presented is going to have an impact on recruitment of students or student outcomes, and so Stevie Wonder could see that. With that said, I'd like to make a motion that we move forward to approve these positions.
I'll second. A motion and a second. Ready, Ms. Goodman? All right, with that, I vote yes. Vice President Del Palacio?
Yes.
Member Ortega Romero?
Yes.
Member Sun?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Item 5, discussion consideration to approve the job description. So the jobs we just approved, we're now going to approve their job descriptions. With that, I make a motion to approve the job descriptions. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion on the motion to approve the job descriptions? All right. With that, I vote yes. Member or Vice President Del Palacio?
Yes.
Member Ortega Romero?
Yes.
Member Sun?
Yes.
All right, thank you. That motion carries. Item 6, motion to approve the job description revisions for behavioral specialist, benefits specialist, enterprise resource planning, coordinator, IT supervisor, mechanic intern, and PR marketing intern, and social worker. Ms. Almaraz, or was there a presentation on that one?
President Chapman, Vice President Del Palacio, members of the board, administration seeks governing board approval of some revisions of the job descriptions that you see here. Some of them are just name changes. Some of them were just a couple of additions to their essential functions. And we worked very closely with the departments that oversee these, Ms. Zorger and her team for the behavior specialist. The benefit specialist is coming back to the HR department, so we wanted to bring that forward again, coming back from the business services area. Information technology, we worked with Tony very closely. Mechanic intern is also a part of the interns now. However, Ms. Joyce worked very closely with transportation to make sure that we're still meeting the needs of the interns coming in. PR marketing intern, social worker, and then ERP. ERP is what we call our vision specialist now. It's just a name change. She's technically called the enterprise resource planning coordinator. So it's just some name changes and some essential functions brought to each of these.
All right. And just to clarify, these are existing personnel, so there's no additional financial impact to the district.
There is no financial impact to any of these. These are already existing positions. Actually, somebody sits in them. They are fully staffed, and we are just asking for the revision.
Members, any questions?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the revisions.
All right. Make a second. Any conversation on the motion? All right, Ms. Goodman, ready? All right, with that, I vote yes. Vice President Del Palacio?
Yes.
Member Ortega Romero?
Yes.
Member Sun?
Yes.
All right, thank you. That motion carries. All right, item 7 is the 26-27 district and corresponding employee work calendars. We're going back up. All right. XR Executive Director, Ms. Almaraz, talk about calendars.
President Chapman, Vice President Del Palacio, members of the board, administration seeks governing board approval of the 26-27 district and corresponding work calendars. You did hear a little bit from the committee from Meet and Confer. So with this calendar moving forward, the district calendar was actually brought to you last year, or actually 3 years ago, because we bring them in 3-year blocks. and it was approved at that time. However, our committee was taking a look at some of those dates, and after spring break, it is a very long haul before graduation with 0 breaks. And we have testing, so they asked if we could adjust some of those days. I did meet with our feeder districts, and they had no problem with us moving a couple of those dates that we had. So in January and February, we had 2 4-day weekends. We pulled one of those days and put them into April so that we would have some breaks for our kiddos and our staff right after testing, just to give them a little bit of a break before we go into the long haul into graduation. So that's the change on the district calendars and in the corresponding calendars. The major change in this is to the teacher calendar. And as you heard Ms. Barnett speak to it, we did add the paid and unpaid days. In the past, they were unpaid for the staff. That created their hourly rate to go up a little bit. By us shifting it, and it's a matter of 14 days, we just split them, it does drop their daily rate a little bit. It does not affect their annual salary whatsoever. Whatever their salary is now, plus the compensation, they will still get. It only drops their hourly rate. And I'm not talking a ton, I'm talking dollars. Just to give you an example, if we had somebody that had a salary of $90,806. We divide that typically by the number currently at 187. That puts their daily rate at $485.59. If we divide it by the hours they work, 8 hours, their hourly rate is $60.70. That's what they currently are. If we take the same salary and we divide that by 202, which is what the new calendar would be, their daily rate goes to $449.53. We divide that by the 8 hours that they work, it drops their hourly rate to $56.19. So 60/70 to 56, they're dropping about $4.50. So it's not a ton of money. I understand it is a concern. However, it does help us when we need extra duty that we can offer them at their hourly rate. Right now, some of their hourly rates are a little steep. And so we wanted to concentrate again on compensation of their annual amount plus benefits. So by us adjusting their days, it does help us a little bit with the hourly rates.
Cool. I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented.
All right, make a second. Any conversation on the calendars? Hearing none.
I just have a question.
Yes.
I have a question. You mentioned that earlier on about the days in April that they will have going into graduation. How close is that with spring break? That's just out of curiosity.
So spring break is in March, 3rd week of March, and then we don't have anything until graduation. So we embedded a day on April 2nd and April 23rd or 30th, somewhere in there, to give them right after testing a break, and then some more testing, and then another break.
Okay, because I thought they were consecutive. Okay, thank you for the clarification.
Ms. Goodman, ready? All right, I vote yes. Vice President Del Palacio?
Yes.
Member Ortega Romero?
Yes.
Member Sun?
Yes.
All right, that motion carries. Thank you. I'll now invite Principal Travis Johnson up here to talk about the emission statements for the Lighthouse and James A. Green Continuing Academy.
So you have my 20 slides.
20. You got no slide.
I gotta recite it, huh? So while we pull it up, this governing board approved last year the CTSD numbers to make alternative ed to schools, and that was through a memorandum from the State Department. So what we did was, during my celebrations, we went through the same process as the district did in their strategic plan, and informed stakeholders, our staff, our students, and came up with our mission and vision statement. But when you apply for the alternative school status, you have to get your mission approved by the governing board. And so it has to be adopted. It has certain different criteria, a certain percentage that our school has to have students that are 1 year behind, previous dropouts, and so forth. We know all means all. So that is an exhaustive list that we have because we have all students. So when you look at the history, yeah, it's meant, alternative ed is meant for at risk. But we know not every student fits in that comprehensive school model. So we're just asking the governing board to approve the mission and vision so we can complete our application and become an alternative school, which helps us with accountability. Right now, we're on the same, I guess, accountability as La Joya. And we know that's not going to look good, right, with graduation rate and some of those other factors. So as we apply to the alternative schools, it gives us a little bit of breathing room and just makes us more sensible. So we're just asking the governing board to approve that today.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Appreciate you and your team for the work that you do to support our students who need a little bit extra help. Appreciate you putting together the mission and vision statements. I do remember us going over them last year. So members, any questions on the mission and vision statements for the Lighthouse and Continuing Education Academy?
Just like to make a motion to approve as presented by Principal Johnson here to move forward with their new mission and vision.
Second. All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, I vote yes. Vice President Del Palacio?
Yes.
Member Ortega Romero?
Yes.
Member Sun?
Yes.
All right, thank you. That motion is approved. All right, we're going to call for executive session pursuant to ARS 38-431.03A2, A3, and A4. I make a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, with that, I vote yes. Vice President Del Palacio?
Yes.
Member Ortega Romero?
Yes.
Member Sun?
Yes.
All right, we're going into recess, everybody. So for our season ticket holders that want to head out, you're free to go. Thank you. Have a good evening. We are recessed.
There's a new weapon on the market.
Yeah, it's so powerful, it can take out more than one person at the same time, and you never have to reload. It can get past security.
I heard it was so small that it can fit in your pocket. No way my parents would find out about this.
I heard it could strike at the touch of a button.
Report, don't repost.
Stop social media threats now.
It's never a joke.
benefits of unified sports are social participation and the exposure to new activities, things that they might not have had otherwise had opportunities to participate in.
When we build our equipment and our kids who can't typically participate are able to do something independently, the joy that they get from doing that activity for the first time is incredible.
I didn't really like playing in front of people in the beginning because I thought I wasn't good at it. And then once I got used to playing in front of people, I got a little bit out of my shell. And now I'm comfortable playing with other people.
I learned that I need to be confident.
Oh, you want to be more confident?
Yeah.
You learn to be more confident?
Special Olympics has had such an impact on the Arizona community as a whole because we are really focused on community for all. It doesn't matter what kind of situation you're in, what is your disability. We are really here for everybody, making life happen for everybody, making fun happen for everybody, because sports are fun.
We've been playing like different kind of sports like volleyball, and we played this one game. It's called that. We wear these like uniforms and stuff like that. Like whoever had the ball, you stop, and we drove it to our teammate. Now we just actually legit play badminton day. We started train super hard that day.
Funnest, most happiest people I've ever seen in my life. It's just every day is just they have that positivity that can spread everywhere, like it's contagious.
Unified sports benefits students with and without disabilities in just so many ways. You see them come into the class at the beginning of the year and they're very shy, not very aware of how to act or behave. And then you just see these relationships blossom and then grow. And they truly do become like a team, and they're super close, super tight. And our students really do show really great examples of this throughout competitions, is really pushing, supporting those that do have disabilities, and just having those friendships and building that support and having that support for one another.
I really enjoy dancing because I learned that when the first time I danced, I was shy, but then I realized that dancing can be not just about dancing, it can be about making memorable memories.
During these past few months of the year when we started, I feel that the most memorable moment is when we all started playing, not knowing what we were doing, but we still figured it out in front of everyone.
We love everything unified, bringing people together, athletes, partners, giving them that normal experience of a team. And as a district, we came together and said, let's plan these events, district events.
At first, I was coming into it not knowing what to expect. And I feel like that's most cases for like things that you haven't tried before. But I definitely feel that I've grown so much with it, I've learned a lot, and it's something that I want to do more with. Like I want to be a part of my future.
I think that you can look at the footage of students and see the smiles on their faces and know that what Unified Sports is offering those students in general is a great deal of independence, success, and joy. I think you can look at any single player and be like, this program is making a difference.
I think the partners too, like
for sure,
they get really excited to learn about our switch stuff and all the equipment we use, and then encouraging their athlete to participate. So I think it's a growing and learning opportunity for them that they really enjoy.
Join it because it's something where you're gonna not only learn how to play a sport, but you're gonna learn social skills with different people, knowing that when we go out into the real world, it's not just gonna be us, it's gonna be other people. And they're no different than us, but it's just showing that we're gonna have that type of connection with special education than just gen ed kids.
I don't know, I just think Unified is one of the greatest programs that high schools can offer, and I hope that we are able to have more and more Unified classes that not just cater to Unified Sports, but then cater to all different opportunities and interests. So hopefully our program just continues to grow.
Why settle for a school that only offers you one thing when you can have a school that offers you everything? Does your school have a cafeteria like this? Or a performing arts center like this? Or a football field like this? Or an innovation center like this? Forward march. Or a path to the military like this? Or a career and technical education program like this? Or will their digital media program take you here? Or here? Or here? Or a media center like this? You can find all this and more at the Tolleson Union High School District. Enroll now.
My name is Ashley Pollock, and I am a math teacher at Tolleson Union High School. I'm here to talk about an important opportunity coming up, the ACT exam on October 22nd. The ACT is the key exam to determining how prepared you are for college, but also opens doors to scholarships and any other financial options. The ACT will also help you jumpstart any current plans you may have for the future, whether that's college, starting a career, or any other potential options. The ACT will also help you better prepare for your final attempt happening in March this year. But it's not just about you. Your performance also benefits our school and our entire district. When you perform well on the ACT, it shows how committed we are to academic excellence. It also leads to more opportunities and resources to all of us. So I encourage you to try your best, aim for proficiency, and show what you are capable of. Remember, if you are in need of any help, talk to a teacher or a counselor for tutoring or practice test opportunities. We all support you, and we want you to try your best on October 22nd.
Sierra Linda is on the rise. Whether our students dream of going to college, joining the military, or finding the perfect career after graduation, we will be there every step of the way. We believe the high school experience should be filled with unforgettable moments.
My plans for after graduation would have to be attending Morgan State University in Baltimore, Maryland, pursuing a bachelor's degree in psychology.
My school is my community.
My favorite thing about Sierra Linda has to be all the opportunities on campus, including the electives you can choose, the clubs, and the sports on campus.
Sierra Linda offers career and technical education options, performing and visual arts electives, 17 different sports, and more than 30 student clubs. We believe in your path, your future, your school. Join us. Let's rise together.
In Phoenix, we are the #1 public high school.
University High School has consistently been an A school and recognized as a top public school in the state as well as the nation.
Just a testament to the hard work that our kids put in, no matter what the variables are, the continuity and the continued sense of excellence is really what makes this special.
Every year is special, and every year I say, I'm not going to get attached to these freshmen, so someday I can retire, and that never happens.
Our students are, of course, motivated by academic achievement, but that's not the totality of who our students are. Offering them opportunities for volunteer work, clubs that give them opportunities to give back to their community. That's a big part of it too.
We are defying the odds and making a huge difference in our kids' lives. And this makes a difference in college knowing and going, as well as the future careers and even the networks that they are establishing and evolving in their future as they grow.
It changed my life coming here, from where I was as a teacher to where I am now, and to be able to give back to students and help them do whatever they want to do, that's really special. I love this place, and I'm so happy that I'm here, and I'm so happy that I get to share this with my colleagues.
I love what we do here. I love watching the students flourish and go and get to do great things. They come back for Alumni Day and they talk about how great their experience was here and how it prepared them for college.
We are enrolling now, so the students that we are looking for are highly motivated, highly talented students who want to make a change in the world. They're invested, there will be homework every night, but you will also be around this community of people who support you and challenge you, and you will grow. So enrollment is open at University High School, and we are seeking for highly motivated students who want to make a change.
Located in Avondale, Westview High School has a long history of academic excellence, athletic success, and community tradition. Our values of pride, performance, and perseverance ring true in all we do.
I love Westview because of the commitment that I see every day within the students and the teachers. We have exceptional programs here for the kids. We have these programs that can give the kids something to leave school with that might better their life.
Westview offers a great academic tradition with experienced teachers who really know how to reach our students.
My name is Clarice Miller, and I have been teaching English in the Tolleson Union High School District for 29 years.
My name is Paul Valkenberg. I've been here 31 years.
I became a teacher because I wanted to make a difference in the world. What has kept me here my entire career has been the relationships that I've made with my colleagues, the relationships I've made with my students. There's nothing like it.
We've got 4 dual certified math teachers that can teach at the community college. So we have very skilled teachers. Part of the reason that we've done so well isn't because our students are any different than anybody else, but our expectations are different.
Westview offers an abundance of career and technical education programs. Did you know that Westview is the only school in the district to offer welding? Come to Westview for leadership opportunities. Westview offers an excellent JROTC program for students looking for something beyond the traditional classroom. Westview students are star athletes, guided by caring and experienced coaches.
I have worked at Westview High School for 26 years. I've been coaching wrestling for all 26 years. Got multiple state champions. My claim to fame is I do everything the kids do. I'm 54 years old. If I say run 3 miles on the bleachers, I run 3 miles on the bleachers. If I say we're gonna do 100 push-ups, I do 100 push-ups. And when I can't do that, I probably won't coach anymore. It changes your relationship with the school and the kids.
And don't forget about our outstanding visual and performing arts programs, JAG class, and student government. There is no shortage of leaders at Westview.
I really enjoyed being involved at school. I have a lot of past experience with pushing me to just be my very best. Giving back to my school, my community, and organizations around me in any way I can just kind of push me to be my best and do my best here at Westview.
Senior year is a highlight for me because you get to look back and look at all your accomplishments. I'm excited to go to college. I really like school, so I feel like college would be a great experience for me.
I plan to graduate and then go to McNeese State University down in Louisiana, and I committed to play Division I soccer there. Something that really makes the school stand out to me was the teachers on campus, their education that they've come from, and everything that they bring to the students.
At Westview, we know how to get things done. Our students are determined to reach their goals. Westview has opportunities to earn college credits across multiple departments, including math, English, science, and more. Our reputation as a leader in education with caring teachers, a robust academic program, and extracurricular options for our students truly stands out. Your future is bright when you become a Knight. Join us today.
Being in a school validates from the outside what we already knew on the inside.
We knew that we had a really good shot at it this year, and so all year long we've been just crossing our fingers because we know the good work that we did last year.
We've been getting the ACT results for a long time, seeing the difference between kids when we first got them and how they are now.
Everyone on this campus sees the hard work that the students and staff, the entire staff, put in every single day. So we know we're doing great things here.
Knowing that West Point received an A or is an A school, it just brings a lot of joy to us here at the Office of Learning and Academic Success.
It's a testament to public education is doing its job. Our students are getting the education they need, the supports that they need, the extracurriculars that they need outside of academics.
What we do with our freshmen all the way through, that's what results in a strong graduation rate, or them showing strong academic achievement, or being involved in CTE and the performing arts and all the things that make them well-rounded students.
It's having that reputation of having kids who are going to amazing schools across the country, going for free.
This is the expectation now. You know, we're looking at it as we are an A school, so that's our floor, and really not be satisfied with where we're at, but continue to grow and be even better at it.
When you open a new high school and a big comprehensive high school, you are helping not only your students, but also your staff build that culture of support and making sure that everyone has everything they need to be successful with students.
This is a comprehensive high school within our district, and that's the first that we've seen get an A, which now sets the bar and lets all of our comprehensive high schools know you can all be an A.
Having these kids who have gone on to Ivy League schools or, you know, getting major scholarships even at schools like ASU and U of A locally, those kind of things to point at and say, hey, this kid did this, you can do this.
I'm really proud of Mrs. Haskins, her team. I know it's not easy. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of dedication. I'm just proud of West Point and for all that they've done for our students and for our families.
Oh, don't underestimate Principal Haskins. She already has her eyes on some other prizes.
This group of teachers, they work together, they believe in each other, they believe in these students, and they're just passionate about it. And I'm just so proud that they're getting that recognition for what they've done.
Two. All right, make a motion to approve the recommendation for expulsion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Ready? All right, I vote yes. Vice President Del Palacio?
Yes.
Member Ortega-Romero?
Yes.
Member Sun?
No.
All right, thank you. Motion carries. Our next meeting is next Tuesday. If you have any future agenda item requests, please send those to Superintendent Calles. With that, I'll make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Give it to Miguel this time. All right. I vote yes. Vice President Del Palacio? Yes. Member Ortega-Romero?
Yes.
Member Sun?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We are adjourned. Have a good evening.